I wonder what the thumbnail's gonna say. Screwed that up. Anybody here? Let's see. Let's see what it's saying. All right. See if anybody tunes in. Okay, Patrick, we here. Okay, we back. We back. All right, we back. I actually like this. This looks good. We back. Afternoon, Maria. What up, Adrian? Razzacatty. Hi. Okay, hi, we're back. We're back. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah. Sorry about that, folks. I had to reconfigure. You know, sometimes stuff be trying to stop the stream. Yeah, we okay. Cool, 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 cool. What up, clock? By the way, it's something with my VPN. Yeah. Whenever I have issues with the stream, like buffering and stuff or freezing, it's my VPN always disconnects. So it's something with the Wi-Fi and the VPN, and then it. So I'm on my phone now. I'm on my phone now. And then yeah, I forgot to set a thumbnail for this one. I don't know, folks. This is we chilling, we chilling, we chilling. We're having fun. That's all that matters. What up, John? How you doing? Let me plug my phone in so I don't battery doesn't die. Hey, I feel you, Jay. No need for all the material things. You gotta find true happiness, and there's other ways to find it. Glad you found a way. FPV. Yeah, you know that video I did about like dream job. It's like, yeah, is working really my dream? You know, it's just interesting stuff like that when you stop to think about it. Like, what's your dream job? Like, when I'm dreaming, am I thinking about work? You know what I mean? Happy holidays, First Instinct. We're back. Had a little technical difficulty on the first stream. I apologize for that. Yeah, I don't know how annoyed that makes me when we're having a good time, when we're in flow. And then yeah, we'll work on that. First Instinct said, your presence is a present. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Christmas, just another day, you know, another day, blessed to be here. On planet Earth, lifing. Y'all know, y'all know. Thank you, Half Squash. That's a funny name. Half Squash. Thank you, thank you, thank you. John, it's something with my VPN and the Wi-Fi, and it's something, one affects the other, and it freezes the stream. So I don't know which one is. I just noticed that whenever I have issues with the stream, my VPN disconnects. So maybe it's my Chromebook. I don't know. Something happens sometimes, and yeah, it just freezes. So I don't know. It's kind of annoying. I got to figure it out. I'm gonna have to process of elimination, figure out why it does that. But you know, we on our phone now. Hey, FPV, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, live the life. That's the dream. Dream is living your life. Like, if work is a part of that, cool. But like, no one ever asks what your dream life is. You ever notice that? People are always like, "What's your dream job?" No one's like, "What's your dream life?" And if work is a part of that, cool. Which a lot of times it is. But here's the thing: like, you don't mind working if you're living your dream life. But like, yeah, you know, it's why is work the question? But that just shows the programming. You know, that just shows the programming. You know. What up, Traveling Dan? Checking in from NB. In Canada? What's NB? First day with no more alcohol, Patrick L. Nice, nice. It's been rough. Oh, hang in there, hang in there, hang in there. You're going to work to travel? FPV? Nice, nice. Tired of just working to pay the rent and eat. I mean, that was what started me on my travel journey almost a decade ago. Was just like, so my life was cool, but like, I really was just kind of, you know, you go to work because you got to pay the rent, you know, and you got to have a place to stay so you can be rested to go to work. And I just kind of wanted more, So congratulations on you for like coming to that realization and going for it. Beatsman, I totally get that, and I'm sorry, I'm sorry that life is not positive to you, but here's the beautiful thing. It could be, you know, um, and I think for most of us who view life as positive, it didn't start out that way. Like I used to be the biggest negative person around, and like all I focused on was a negative in life. Life was not always positive for me, and honestly, it starts with you changing and changing, like it starts with us changing and us changing our perspective, and then like that's how life gets more positive. Because if you just sit around and wait for life to get more positive, it might not. But if we can change our perspective and say, I'm going to focus on the positive that there is here, you'll be amazed that like a year from now, when we have this same live stream next year, December 25th, 2025, you could see life totally different. Like, and I know that sounds crazy. I know right now you're like, no, Tim, you don't know everything I'm going through. I promise you, as someone who goes through it, you know, um, it's possible. Starting with just perspective and being like, I want my life to be more positive. I'm going to focus on the one or two positive things I have. I'm just going to focus on that, be grateful for that. That's why I keep Gratitude Gorilla around to remind me. And like, you'd be amazed how over time the world just seems more positive just because you're focusing on the positive. Hey, Dwayne, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Dwayne Cass, thank you so much. Super Chat Squad, thank you, thank you. Said Merry Christmas, same to you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate the love. Appreciate y'all coming back and hitting the like button again. Thank you, thank you. Oh, New Brunswick, NB is New Brunswick. Okay, okay. Have a good 2025. You too, Dan. So my goal is to get my finances together by mid 2025, thriving late 2025, fully ready for 2026. Make that a year of travel. Nice, nice. So you got a year plan. Nice, nice. Samantha, I definitely think it is harder to be positive when bad things are happening. That's why my goal is to just be as positive as possible, no matter what. So sometimes my positivity is on 90. You know what I mean? I'm up. It's easy. Sometimes it might be on a 15. I might really be going through something. But like the goal is to be as positive as possible. So it's not about always just being overjoyed and if you can be cool, but like there's sometimes you're struggling. Things are happening. Things are happening to loved ones. But it's possible to always be as possible as positive as possible. That's my goal. It's just like even when I'm down, I'm grateful, and I try to be happy if I can be, or just stay positive as I get through it, because I know it's gonna get better, and I'll get back to I'll get my levels will get back up. But like yeah, when things happen, it's hard. It's hard, but I just try to always hold on to that thread of positivity. You know what I mean? Despite what I'm going through, because if you just let the negativity engulf you, it doesn't make anything better. That's my thing. Being negative doesn't make anything better. It usually makes it worse. So like if I know being positive helps me out and makes my life better, I'm gonna try to be positive all the time. You know what I mean? Like it's beneficial. It's helpful. I know that like if I succumb to the negativity, my life gets worse. So I'm gonna be as positive as I can all the time, even if it's hard, just because like I know it helps. Your twin Jake says Merry Christmas. All right, shout out to twin Jake. Kendra, I'm really not doing nothing today. I'm a live stream and then I'll probably just chill out. I got no plan. I probably won't even leave the house today. If I do, it'll be no. I'm not. I probably won't even leave the house today. We are the future. Let's go. Easier said with Meg. Already paid your rent in full for your new place abroad. Oh, nice, nice. Congratulations, nice. Muhammad, we're not talking about that. Respectfully, we're keeping it positive. Notice the title, positivity. We're keeping it positive. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I think a lot of times, gracious, we spend more time worrying than like preparing. It's like, don't get scared, get prepared. Like, if you think something's gonna come up in life, instead of just sitting around worrying about it, like, do what you can about it, and then just let go. You know what I mean? You know, all we can do is what we can do, and then just, they say, let go, let God. Just Ricky said we can practice being positive. We can choose to find the good in everything we face. Facts. Not always easy, but we can. Trey, what up? Oh, this is a good one. S. Rogers said, when my life was in the pits, I started taking gratitude showers, just reflecting on my body parts, ability to breathe, ability to walk, blink, etc. while in the shower. I like that. I like that. I like that. Gratitude for having the shower, having hot water. You know what I mean? That's a good idea. That's a great idea. Kendra gonna listen to some Christmas music, get some food, vibe out. Let's do it. How you doing, Brian? Eat something good today? Yes, let's do that. No, okay, we're not. We're not. Okay, positivity, please, people, respectfully. T Rex, I don't judge women based on dating them or not, based on their financial situation. Yeah, I don't, rich, poor. That doesn't. Yeah, I would be more like, it's not about her financial situation. Now, if she was just making crazy money decisions, that's different. Like, if she's just making horrible money decisions, that might be a red flag. Cause like, if we start dating, I'm gonna have to take that on. But like, if she just happened to be down at the moment, like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I can't date you because you're struggling. Like, a lot of people struggling. We all struggle occasionally. You know what I mean? So nah, that wouldn't bother me. Alone at Denny's, Christina? Hey, hey. Down to Denny's getting a good meal by yourself. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, Brian, you in San Diego? Nice. Yeah, Ricky, when we're kids, we're like always happy. And like, if we're sad for a while, you ever notice how quickly a kid can get back happy again? A child will go from crying to like excited in 2 seconds. You know what I mean? But as adults, yeah, that programming gets innocent and suddenly like everything's negative. It's crazy. Yeah, we get through it every time, Kendra. Exactly. We always we've all got through the worst day of our life. I'll look at it that way. We have all gotten through the worst day of our life, and we're still here. You know, and we'll get through the next worst one. Jeremy in the building. What up, Mar? Thanks, Samantha. News is going to train, strength and conditioning, eat some food, watch some NBA today. Let's go. Let's go. Everybody talk about eating good food. I like that. I like that. Sean Anthony East said, hey, brother, you motivated me to stay sober for 5 months, longest in 10 years. Yes, let's go. I broke the streak, but like you said, it's still a win of more sober days. Exactly. Every day you don't drink is a win. That's 5 months of winning, man. You up. You up. The longest you gone in 10 years, that is amazing. And now you got that. You got that in your back pocket. You're like, I know I can go 5 months. Next time, I'm going to go 6. And then just keep going. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations. How many times a year you suggest without guilt to do what you like eating that restaurant or buying the thing? Gracious one. I think it comes down to each person. You know, I don't think anyone else can tell you like, hey, you should treat yourself this often because, like you said, different people, different financial situations. Um, I think you kind of know for yourself. You know, if you're really just kind of treating yourself or if you're just spending money. So I think it's kind of a personal decision of like, you know what I mean? Would this really be treating myself when I just treated myself 2 months ago and I know I need to pay these credit cards off? Or, um, Am I really treating myself? I don't think anyone can set a set time, or it might be like, you get a bonus or something at work, and then it's like, all right, I'm gonna treat myself with this. Yeah, T-Rex, there's a lot of people struggling, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, I don't, yeah, yeah, I don't think I've ever looked at someone and be like, oh, they're too poor to date. That's just me though. Yo, I get it. Sometimes being less negative is being positive. Like if the negativity is so high that even when you're being a little positive, it's just bringing down the negativity. That's still positivity. That's still positivity. It's like I'm not gonna let this engulf me. That's positivity. Even getting yourself to that point is positivity. You know. Ocean, you're welcome. You're welcome. Glad to hear that. I have not been to Africa. I want to. I want to, Oily. I want to. Ole. I definitely want. It's definitely on the list. Okay, Lorenzo ate some Christmas food. Family friend dropped by. Okay. Having a nice afternoon mimosa, Zena. Okay, okay. Listen to instrumental jazz in the background. A lot of people just vibing today. I'm loving that. A lot of people just vibing today. Let's go. Blessed. I think people enjoy predicting doom and gloom. Doom and gloom gets the views, and if we'll be honest, like I think a lot of people are feeling that way. Um, and here's the thing: if everybody around you is posting doom and gloom videos, you're gonna feel doomy and gloomy, and you're probably gonna post a doom and gloom video too. So it becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy, which is why I like to be on the other end of it and just be like, nah, 2025 is gonna be amazing. You know what I mean? Worst case scenario, we meet somewhere in the middle. You know what I mean? But it's just like, it, I'm once again on this like co-creator thing of like we have more power and more say in what happens in our lives than we think. So if we're speaking into existence doom and gloom constantly, what do you think 2025 is going to look like for you? Because that's all you're going to be talking about. That's all you're going to be looking for. Because when we prophesy, when we say, oh, this is going to happen, we look for it because we want to be right, right? Whenever we prophesy, whenever we speak on the future, we want to be right. So we can be like, I told y'all so. So it's like, what do you think if you're like 2025 is going to be horrible? You're going to be on the lookout for horrible stuff all year round. So I like to do the opposite. We here in this community, we do the opposite. You know what I mean? 2025 is going to be amazing. What do you think we're going to be looking for? What do you think we're going to see? We want to be right too, right? So it's just like, but I think people do that because everybody else is doing it and they just fall into that trap of just the slightest thing. People be bringing up stuff all the time that it might be something bad. It's just what happens. You know what I mean? These things happen. Like in the comments, people always be like, "Oh, did you hear about this?" I'm like, "Bro, that happens every year, every day. Not every. I mean, but like this is just regular. Sadly, some of this bad stuff is just regular stuff. Why is that like a sign that 2025 is going to be the worst year ever? You know what I mean? What? Why is that a sign? No, it just happens, bro. But they do this every year. They do this every year. I just don't get involved. If a year is going to be crazy, well then I'll just wait until it gets crazy, and then we'll talk about it then. How do we stay positive despite the craziness that's happening? That's where I'm at with it. Yeah, OJ, I started another live stream. I wasn't done streaming. I said I was going to stream on Christmas, so we here. Jade, I do think, yes, a lot of men are feeling pressure to perform financially, uh, to like take care of a significant other. Um, Part of me does think that that's like previous generation thinking, though. Um, I feel like there was a time when like that was truer. There was more truth to the fact that like the man needed to be the provider. I don't know if that's true anymore. And it's a lot harder to do. You know what I mean? So I know for me, like, I kind of left that belief behind. Like I would love to be able to, like, if I meet someone, take care of her if I needed to. But like I feel like these days, like both people come into the relationship working, like we do this together. So like I don't know, like there's not the pressure. Um, though even though I would want to be able to, you know, I don't think I would have to. You know, if that makes any sense. Like you go into it like, yeah, I'd love to be able to be the provider, but I have to also realize like even if that's not the case, you can still find true love because like there's women out there who are like, I make good money, I got us, you know, while you doing whatever, or why, if you're down, I'm up. If I'm up, you're down. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, I think society is still placing that pressure on men, and we live in a different time. You know, John, thank you, Super Chat Squad. Today I've been meditating. Actually, yes, the past couple days I have been meditating, John. I'm getting back into it. I've been meditating. I've been listening to like motivational stuff. I'm trying to in 2025. I'm probably gonna start reading again. We try to make this like a really good year. You know, so I really want to get back into yeah the meditation, the walks. I never stop the walks in nature, but the walks in nature, the listening to positive stuff. I the reading positive. Like I do so much better when that's like part of my morning routine or my daily routine. So I'm going for that. That's what we're trying to do. Yes, we meditate. It's great too. I meditated this morning. I was in such a good mood. Such a good mood afterwards. Yo, that is smart. You got to police your feed. Whenever a negative video shows up, do not recommend. Um, and that's cool. If you instead of watching it now you blocking it, that's you know what I mean. Like we can police our feed. Don't recommend. Don't show me this. Like if you do that enough, you'll stop getting that stuff on a regular basis. But if you watch that stuff, oh, the algorithm's just gonna keep showing it to you. You know. Yeah, we're doing that 2025 no news challenge as well, folks. No news, like S. Rogers. Don't miss the news one bit. I don't either. It's crazy. Hey, oh yeah, gracious one. We got blessed to have some people like what they see enough to hit that subscribe button. You don't know, we making moves. You don't know, we gonna hit 200,000 first quarter next year probably. You don't know. Thank you. Hey, Christina. And same. That's where I kind of aim is like if people get joy out of celebrating Christmas, I'm all for it. Yeah, because I got some people like, man, Tim, you kind of say whatever, but like I really enjoy Christmas, and I'm like, I respect that. It's the people who don't get joy out of it but feel they still have to do it that I'm like, bro, you don't have to. We chilling. What up, Irish? How you doing? Here's my thing, and I get that. Jade said so many women still want that McMansion or 90K Yukon or whatever burns me out, bums me out. Just don't go after them women. Once again, co-creator. Take out a piece of paper. I am going like and this is something I got to do for next year. Um, take out a piece of paper, and if you want to find a woman, you know what I mean, write down exactly what you want, and you can write it in the present tense. I have found me an amazing woman. Doesn't care, just write it out. Like I'm telling you, this is powerful. Just write it out. Read that every time you're getting down. Just read that. I am going to find, or I have found, a woman who is cool with whatever financial situation I have, who loves me for me, not my money, blah, 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 whatever. Write it down. I'm telling you, this is powerful. And truly, like, read it and, like, believe it, you know? Because, like, once again, we speak into existence the things we speak. So if we're constant, and this isn't coming at you, because I totally get where you're coming from. But if you're constantly saying women only want money, I promise you, you're going to keep running into women who only want money. If we keep saying men are only about sex, you're going to keep running into men who are only about sex. But if it's just like, hey, some women are about money, some dudes are only about sex, but I'm going to find me one who isn't. I'm going to find, the exception to the rule if you think, that's true, Tell you, it seems so easy. That's why we don't do it. Because we're like, if it was that easy, why wouldn't everybody have a good man, good woman? Because nobody does it. All the wise women and men throughout history, it's all the same thing. I've been listening to Earl Nightingale, Neville Goddard, like all of them say the same thing. Just think it into belief, write it, manifest. Like, it's not, you attract what you put out, you attract. If your words are always negative, if your words are always saying this is all, you're going to attract that back. Your subconscious mind plays a huge part. Think about it this way. Your subconscious mind keeps track of everything you've ever seen, heard, smelled, touched, tasted, you know what I mean? Everything. So imagine, let's say you take the subway to the bus or the subway to work every single day. Now, say you start saying, okay, I'm going to meet a woman who's this, and this. You write down what your ideal mate is. I'm going to meet a woman who's this, a man who's this. What if there's someone who fits that criteria, who twice a week is on the bus or the subway with you? You have no way of knowing this consciously, but your subconscious is taking in everything and everybody on this bus. It's not a stretch for it to like prompt you. Like, you might just get prompted to go sit by her. You know what I mean? You might be always stand up in the back of the bus or whatever. And then for some reason you're like, man, I'm gonna sit down today, man. I ain't trying to stand up. You go sit down because your subconscious mind is like, oh, you said you wanted a woman, ba 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 ba. I've been scoping all these people out for the 2 years you've been riding this bus. I know she fits the bill. I'm gonna prompt you to go sit next to her. That's not outside the realm of possibility. This is what I'm always saying. Like, so many things we want to do, if we just like tell our subconscious that's what we're trying to do, it'll do the work for us behind the scenes. Not to mention, God, the universe helps out, but it's just like there's answers, there's solutions to our problems, answers to our problems. There's what we're looking for out there. But like, if you keep telling your subconscious mind all men are dogs, it's just gonna be like, okay, you're right. Let me show you more dogs. Because it doesn't understand like dislike. It just, whatever you tell it is gonna make it. Its job is to make it happen. So it's like, if you mean, so I'm telling you, try it. Now remember this, because you're gonna come back and be like, hey Tim, remember on Christmas when you was talking about blah blah blah? I didn't believe it, but I tried it. I'm wifed up. So somebody go try it. I didn't make this stuff up. I'm telling you, I got this from all the women, wise men and women throughout history. They all say the same thing. Write it down, speak it into existence, believe it. It'll happen. We don't know how it happens. It just happens. I do it all the time. I'll be like, I'm going to do this. And I just keep saying it. I'm going to do this. I don't know when. For example, there's some condos in Bozeman, Montana I'm going to live in. I don't know when, but I'm going to live in them condos. Because I've walked past them many times. And I'm like, I'm going to live in these condos one day. I know I'm going to live in Loveland one day. Don't know when, don't know how. I know it's going to happen. Okay, I feel like I went in on that one for a while. Good question. Where we at? What up, Journey? Stay true to yourself, exactly. Andrew, I mean, I am definitely living in, I won't say a Disney movie, but I'm definitely living in my own reality. Okay. And I can respect Andrew S. that in your reality, that you have to be the provider If you want a woman who's half attractive, whatever, whatever. I respect that that's your reality. That is not my reality. That is not my reality. Um, and part of the reason it's not my reality is because, like, once again, I talk a lot about like being single, but I don't really talk about like the women I meet. You know what I mean? A lot of dudes would. They would constantly be like, "I'm single, but don't get it twisted." I got. It's like, nah, I don't. I have opportunities. I have options. So it's like I run into women all the time, and they know my financial situation. They know I'm a nomad. They know I'm a minimalist. So like that's why I'm like I know for me, I can live in this. I'm a naive, delusional dreamer because it worked. Like women got money these days. Women are up. They just want a good man. As long as you got I'm telling you, know how many women I know are like, as long as he has a job, as long as he works, I'm fine. You know how many women have told me this? As long as he just like works and has a job and does his share, I'm fine. Women are up. I don't know who these. Okay, okay, okay. But I understand different people's realities are different. I can only speak on mine. My Disney movie reality. Gracious one. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me give you a like on that. Oh, it's not gonna let me like it. There we go. I said people don't know hitting like button ensures a video can stay up and be in rotation. Thanks for reminding people. Team Tim, there's a need for your channel, so share, like, sub. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I appreciate you saying that, Gracious, and I appreciate the love. Thank you. Yeah, the like button definitely does. It does help. Oh boy. Oh, what? Why? The first stream, so much positivity. The second one's getting, people come, but hey, people voicing their opinions. I respect it. Ms., I'm in Colorado right now. Christina, I don't really have a favorite state for seasonal work. I do find myself in like Montana and Colorado a lot. But I've worked in Arizona, I've worked in Alaska, worked in Wyoming, you don't know. I think when you write it down, I think we put too much pressure on ourselves when we put dates. This is just my philosophy. When I used to put dates on stuff, it would get weird because I was stressing myself. I need to achieve this by this date. When I was like, I will have so and so, so, but instead I just leave it open ended. And that's why, like, a lot of people say recommend write it in present tense. I'm making $5,000 a month with my trash cleaning business, as opposed to being like, I'm going to start a successful trash cleaning business by the end of the year. Instead, just put on there, I've started a successful trash business. Just leave it. You know what I mean? Because like the time limit is us. That's very like earthly, humany, stressy thinking, you know? But like if you just say, I'm doing this or I'm going to do this, there's no stress in it because you just have to work towards it. But when you put a time limit, we make it stressy, you know? It ain't gotta be stressy. Donrell, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Information does change things. Always learning, always, taking in more knowledge. I agree. That's why I gotta get back to reading every day. Cause like, yeah, when I start to, I don't need to read. I know it. Nah, I start screwing up. So I got to get back to reading. Appreciate the love. Thank you. Thank you. Give me 1 second, folks. I got to take a slight little boys' room break. I'll be right back. Let me. We back. Where we at? Where we at? Oh, CJ, I like this. CJ said, I earn over 6 figures. I'm not looking for a provider. Women like me just want emotional intelligence, loyalty, and commitment. Let's go. Thank you for weighing in on that. Thank you. Thank you. Clasha said, what if those condos in Montana don't exist by the time you can afford it? Here's the thing, Clasha. I don't have to ask questions like that because like I know it's like there's a billion questions you could ask. But like since I know it's gonna happen, I don't have to worry about none of that. This is the thing, like, and I think a lot of that is the programming. Whenever somebody says something, or more importantly, when we say things to ourselves, we immediately follow up with like a million unanswerable questions that have no bearing on it. So it's like I don't have to ask, like, I don't know how it's gonna work. So how can I answer a hypothetical? Like I don't even know how I'm gonna do it. So how could I answer not doing it? You know what I mean? Like I just know it's gonna happen. And I think that's the co-creating. A lot of it is based on like faith and belief. It's not logical. And so many of us live our lives logically. And I think it holds us back. Because like it doesn't have to be logical. You know what I mean? Like it's not like why does it have to be logical? It just has to happen. That's why I always say I'm a naive delusional dreamer. Like, but guess what? The dreams keep coming true. Whereas I see a lot of people who are logical and are realistic and like they hate their life, but they jump on me. So to answer your question, I don't know. Like, I just know I'm gonna live there. And I'm gonna let y'all know too when I get there. I'm gonna be like, oh, these are the condos I was talking about. Raw beef, you 37, think about retiring, just working summers from here on out. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Design the life you want to live and go for it. Would I ever go on a date with one of my subscribers? If she fine, she fine. If she fine, she fine. Let's get it. Okay, all right. We getting a lot of negativity this time around. It's all good though. Oh, yep. Time to hold on. Time to time out. Okay, cool. Free said relax. Uh, hey, Mari, welcome. Oh, somebody was going. It's funny. Sometimes when people get negative, they go in. Like it'd be like 20 comments. When I put them in timeout, it'd be like 30 comments get removed. Hey, Journey, no problem. Yeah, like I said, this is all stuff I got from the masters. I just started noticing like everybody was saying the same thing. You ask people, successful people, how do you get successful? Well, I started meditating. I started, doing affirmations. I started writing out what I wanted to do. You know, so that's like, all right. Like I know when I start doing that stuff, my life gets better. So we getting back to it, and I'll be trying to share it. Kyle, how's it going? Been following since the Poet Skinny days. Oh man, that's been a minute. I appreciate you sticking around. MT said same 6-figure earner. If I dated, I would want him to be self-sufficient, intellectual, good hygiene, healthy lifestyle, have some morals. Most women are simple to please. I'd be trying to. It's funny when like I try to tell dudes this and they get mad at me. I'm like, this is good for us. You know what I mean? Like so many dudes are just like women this, women that, which is depressing. But I'm like, bro, like I grew up with sisters, so like I've always spent time listening to them, listening to their friends, You know what I mean? I pay attention. Like if I'm interested in dating women, I'm going to spend more of my time listening to women than men when it comes to dating. I don't know why that's a novel concept, but I'm like, I hear women all the time being like, I just want the dude to be a decent dude, like self-sufficient. Like it's not the money. But on the other, I don't know. Like that's my message. Like I'm not jumping on anybody. I'm just trying to say like, please don't let other people tell you something is just a certain way because that's been their experience. Yeah, Wilkins, people will be like, "Oh, it's not scientific," but like a lot of our science now, 100 years from now, they'll laugh at. They'll be like, "They thought what?" A lot of our medicine now, 100 years from now, they'll be like, "That's torture." You know what I mean? Just like 100 years ago, they thought like leeching and all that crazy stuff we think is crazy, was like cutting edge science, cutting edge medical treatment. They'll think the same about our science. Like, that's why I be trying to live on a higher plane, man. Like, you know, I respect everybody's beliefs, but I'm trying to live on a higher plane. Exactly, Ori. You have to choose. You make decisions. You choose your life. Haggard, Haggard wisdom. Love it. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. And thank you. Austria in the building. Much love to you. Thank you. Thank you. Do I have a favorite fiction book? I don't really do favorites. I'm trying to remember the last time I read a fiction book. Um, I think I had a full volume of all the Sherlock Holmes I used to read a lot. But yeah, I don't really read a lot of fiction anymore. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like if I'm reading a fiction book, it seems like I'm wasting my time. But then again, I'll watch movies and stuff. KT True just took a great hike, sunny and 60s. Okay, people are friendly and calm. Nice, nice. See, that's what Christmas should be about. Grateful you woke up alive today, all right with family. Exactly, it's a beautiful day. I give my parents credit all the time. Were you talking to me, Samantha? I give my parents credit all the time. Like maybe you're telling somebody else that. I literally give my parents credit all the time. Like it it's more my parents than you know what I mean. Maybe you weren't talking to me. Yeah, because I give my parents credit all the time. Like I would not be the person I am if I didn't have my upbringing. Like yeah, I always give my parents credit. Like yeah, yeah. Hey, OJ getting married in February. Nice, congratulations. Said you can have fun taking a woman on 1 or 2 dates a week. Nice. Mar, you can co-create when you don't know exactly what you're looking for by focusing on what you are looking for. Like if you don't care about like looks, then there's something you care about. There's something that when you meet someone attracts you to them or repels you. So focus on that. Like you don't have to write out the type, like how the woman of your dreams, the man of your dreams looks if you don't care about that. But you can write out the qualities they have. For example, for me, like honesty is huge. Honesty and morals is huge. If she fine, she fine. I ain't really worried about that aspect. If I find her attractive, great. It don't matter, any of that other stuff. But like that's a big one for me is like she has to have morals. Hopefully a moral code similar to mine. Um, just honest, you know, really into me as much as I'm into her, that type stuff. So like you don't have to design or co-create every aspect if there's areas that you're not concerned about. But the areas that you are, then you just focus on those, you know. Hey, that's loyalty strat. You right. Hey, see you later, Gracious. Appreciate you being here. I appreciate the support. Night Fighter, I do think we, yeah, I do think we talk about dating and stuff more these days. Yeah, I feel like in the past, and I mean, yeah, with social media, I think we talk more about everything. I think we get more of our beliefs now from hearing other people talk about it. Whereas in the past, I think we got our beliefs on dating from just what we saw around us. Now, it's less what we see around us and more what other people say, which might not even be true for us, you know? Christina said, I used to be at the top of the corporate ladder for many years, have multiple degrees, made good money. I now live in a van and I'm happier than I've ever been. Yes, stress free and loving it. Let's go. That's what it's about. Like, it's just finding what allows you to live your best life. And if you can let go of the ego and the status and all that, I'm not saying any of that's wrong. Like, you know, if you've earned the status and you got it, cool. But if that's not your happiest life, go find your happiest life. If that is your happiest life, keep living it. You know, I think we're too hung up a lot of times on right and wrong. There's no right and wrong. There's just like what works for you. So, you know, that's the message is just find what works for you. Christina's like, I'm doing this van thing. I'm happy now. Like that's the move. You know, you know, yeah. Some people just too we be holding on to stuff that's not helping us. Unbox, yeah, yeah. I still get jobs off Coreworks. Yeah, yo, yeah. I've all that type of stuff. Yeah, I've stopped watching it because it happens. You know, all these commercials about medications and all this. I don't watch none of them because yeah, you be convincing yourself you got mesothelioma. You don't even know what it is, but you think you got it. Do I think people are really trapped in the system? I think people are trapped in the system, but I think you can get out. You know, I think we're trapped in a system, but the door isn't locked. You know what I mean? I think there's a tunnel out. We just have to like find it. Oh, rest in faith. Thank you. So Timothy, you're handsome, intelligent, and talented. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. We here. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, Journey. I get that. Um, you said I'm struggling with dealing with my major life changes, which is truly me. But people who've helped me during the tough times still wanted me to be the monster of old. My family, etc. I shut down. I get that because I'm honestly going through a similar situation. Um, and I've been having to tell myself that just because someone was there for you in the past, and you want to like repay that kindness, there comes a point where you realize possibly you have to cut it loose or pull away. You know, I'm literally going through that situation right now. A situation where it's like this person we used to be, whatever, whatever. Seeing some changes in the person, I honestly don't think they're healthy for me anymore. But like, and I pray they change, and part of me is like, well, how are they going to change if nobody's there to help them? But I'm like, I honestly don't think it's my fight right now. I honestly think the best thing for me emotionally is to back away. And I'm struggling with like, do I still stay in contact with them? Do I just not? Whatever. Like, there's something I'm going through right now too, so it can be hard. Um, but I think there's a reason we've pulled away. Like if people had stayed the same or if we had stayed the same, we would still be right there with them. So if the changes we've made are positive and we're doing well and we feel ourselves pulling away from someone else, then it's probably a good thing. I think it's really just figuring out how, you know what I mean, how much interaction we're still going to have with that person while we're kind of pulling away. Especially, yeah, if people are expecting you to be the old you, like, bro, like, it's not, I'm not that person no more. Like, I can't, sorry, but I'm not that person. I can't be that. Like, and if y'all want that from me, then I'm probably going to have to, you know, pull back a little bit, you know? But yeah, that's something I'm literally going through right now. Adventures with Ginger. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. Thank you so much. It's a Christmas present for you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the support. Thank you. Thank you, Ginger. Thank you, Adventures with Ginger. Let's see if it'll let me give you a like on that. Boom, it did. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Where am I at in the comments? Here we go. OJ, you found your fiance on an H2B program? Oh, I know a few dudes who've done that. Yeah, I know a few dudes. Yeah, man. And some women done that too. Thank you, Lorenzo. Hey, glad to hear that, Mar. H2B program is people from out the country who come to work. So there's like the J1, there's the H2B. There's different visa programs. Yeah. Brian, you've been sharing the live stream? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Says it really is a good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, thank you, Samantha. Okay, now we're getting a little too. Hold on. All right, hold on. We're getting a little too negative. Boy, this second time around, the negativity is strong, but we still here. Yeah, exactly too. That's Rogers. Like I'm thinking that too is like, if it's somebody and it's really meant for y'all to be in each other's lives, the backing away might be, you know, temporary because you might check back in later and they've changed, or they might reach out to you and be like, "Hey, I was tripping in 2024." You know what I mean? So that's part of it too. Is like, you know, it is weird. Like it hurts, but it's like that might just be what needs to happen. You know. Hey Wilkins, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Super Chat Squad, thank you so much. So glad I found this channel this year. May next year bring you more prosperity, more trips. Yes, it's going to, it's going to, and y'all support definitely helps make that happen. So thank you. Yeah, 2025, we trying to I was talking to one of my best friends yesterday, and I was like, new things, like 2025, new things. That's what we're focusing on, new things. We got to get some new experiences. Yeah, definitely new things. So thank you so much, Wilkins. I appreciate the support and you being a part of this community. Thank you. Thank you. Deva said, hey, YouTube started suggesting your channel. Shout out to the algorithm. Shout out to you, Deva. Welcome. But also shout out to the algorithm. I'll be telling people start out on YouTube and they get real nasty about the algorithm. I'm like, the algorithm is your best friend. That's how you blow up, is the algorithm. So like, once again, speaking into existence. Instead of being like, the algorithm hates me, just like, nah, the algorithm is going to get me where I need to go. I just got to figure out what it needs from me. Yeah, because the algorithm will get you there, you know. Where we at? What up, Euronymous? Good to see you. Yeah, I've definitely seen the Matrix movies. Yeah, I think everybody's seen the Matrix movies. I think it's like required watching. Can't get your passport to watch the man. I'm joking. I'm joking. Hey, see you later, Samantha. Thanks for dropping by. Both the streams. Bunky stopping by, dropping a like. Thank you. Just because of the title. I'm glad you liked that other video about the single life. Lorenzo, you've been growing your beard for 2 years? Oh, nice. Hey, you're welcome, Journey. Hey, I like that quote. If you do what's difficult, life will be easy. If you do what's easy, life will be difficult. I like that. I got to ponder on that. I just don't think SEO is as important anymore as it used to be. Um, you know, SEO used to be very important when all we were doing was using search engines. But like, especially on YouTube, where I mean, YouTube search is still big, but most people find you through recommendation. Like I rarely hear anyone say, "Oh, I searched for something and your channel came up." People's like, "Oh, YouTube recommended this to me." So I'm the same. Like I just, the algorithm's so good these days. It kind of knows what we're gonna search for before we search for it. So like, SEO is cool, but I just don't think search engine optimization is as big anymore because I don't think we, especially with AI now, even when we do search, it's not. I don't know if the responses it brings back are this due to the same SEO tricks as it used to be. You know? Oh, 2 months, not 2 years. Oh, 2 months. Okay, you've been growing your beard for 2 months. Okay, okay. If I was given a chance to be a billionaire, would I take it? Nah, I don't think so. I don't need that much money. If you said millionaire, I might, because I could do a lot of good. I mean, you could do a lot of good with $1 billion, but that'd be too much money. Nah, I wouldn't. Nah, I wouldn't. Nah, nah. Hey, see you later. Unapologetic. Euronymous, glad. Sorry to hear you're sick, but glad to hear you're not letting it ruin your day. Watching The Godfather. Okay, while the ham's in the smoker, let's get it. Hope you feel better too. Enjoy, enjoy the ham. Hope you feel better. Yeah, Borg. YouTube, social media. Even though they all get a bad name a lot of times, it has given us a chance to voice our opinions and find people with similar opinions. Oh, Guido, you searched quitting alcohol years ago. That's how you found it. Yes, yes. How you found the channel? Nice. Haggard, you only watch conspiracy stuff, but it recommended. I'll tell you, it knows, and you're watching, so like it knows. The algorithm knows. You know, it knows. Another sober day, Brian. Let's go. Oh, I appreciate Dondra. Thought that counts. Oh, unapologetic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I especially like my the 25 places to sleep in your car video, like, and then some of the videos I had about alternatives to paying high rent. It's the times we're living in. I think sometimes people have the ideal, especially if maybe you've never struggled financially. People have the ideal of like, oh, you did something wrong if you end up in a situation like that. But it happens. To good people, who didn't really make any mistakes. Things just happen sometimes. So like, I think it's important to make content like that sometimes. To just be like, hey, it's easy to try to live in the nostalgic times of the 90s. But it's 2025 about to be like, these are the times we're living in. And as a content creator who tries to help people, sometimes I identify like, yeah, I think there's not as much content about this. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. You know. I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. Wilkin, some. I don't know. Like, I'm kind of torn. Initially, it was weird to know that, like, oh, the algorithm, all these apps and programs are listening and like You know, they know everything you're doing online. Initially, that was kind of scary, but now I'm just like, like when, you know, it takes a composite of like everything you do online, and from that, it extrapolates what you're into. That's why sometimes it brings up stuff that like you're like, I never looked into this, or it'll pull something up that you're just like, ooh, I want to watch that. It knows, you know. Algorithm's smart. I'm a firm believer. It's not always the topic; it's the thumbnail. You know what I mean? I think it's smart enough to be like, oh, so and so always clicks on this type of thumbnail. Let me show it. You know what I mean? Like, always clicks on bright colored thumbnails. Let me show it some bright colored thumbnails, even if it's about some stuff that way out on the fringe of what they might be into. I'm gonna show them that with the brightly colored thumbnail, and then you click and you don't know why. You're just like, ooh, which I kind of like that the algorithm can show me stuff that I didn't know I liked. It's cool when I like when, like, I use the new to you tab a lot because sometimes my feed will just get redundant, and I'm like, all this stuff is cool, but I'm tired of hearing about it. So I use the new to you, and I like when it shows me something on a topic maybe I haven't really looked into, and I get to discover like a new creator. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool, but it can be scary. I should do another stream tonight. I don't even know what time it is. Oh, it's only 12:45. I don't know. We'll see. USA says nobody cares. Nobody cares but you. Facts. I used to have an ex-girlfriend who said the same thing. She'd be like, nobody's looking at you. Like nobody's paying attention. And yeah, it's the same. I'd imagine like if in your case, nobody cares you live with your parents. But it could be easy in your mind to think everybody cares. And like if you ever want to know what things people think other people care about them, go on the dating apps, and people who are very sensitive about something, they will put it in their profile, usually the first two sentences. Hey, if you're not into big women, swipe left. If you don't like a woman who's so and so, leave now. If you don't, I don't read men's profiles, but I assume men do the same thing. But you can tell what people are sensitive about by like what they put in their profiles, to say like, oh, I'm this, if you don't like it. Meanwhile, nobody cares. You know? Meanwhile, that's, you know what I mean? I think that's more likely to turn people off. Cause like I can see your pictures. You know what I mean? If I'm interested, I'll get to know you. But like, yeah, I've noticed that people will be very quick, and I've thought about doing it. If you don't like a skinny man, da da da, and I'm like, why would I lead with that though? Like, I don't know, but yeah, you can tell what people are insecure about. But yeah, to your point, a lot of times no one cares. No one cares. It's us. But yeah, I'm guilty of that so many times. Jazzy checking in from Cape Town. Okay. Embrace the simple life. Let's go. Gives you margin. I like that in all aspects of your life. I like that. Gives you margin. I may have to steal that, Jazzy. Jazzy Harrison. I may steal that. I like that. Gives you margin. That's deep. That's deep. That's deep. Chad, celebrating Christmas with the parents. That's cool. That's cool. Thank you, USA America. I try to keep it, keep it clean. No yelling, no cussing. Every now and then I'll get mad, but very rarely. It's usually when somebody tells me to score on a women's basketball game. I'll lose it. But like that doesn't happen much. Any chance I'll visit New England next year? If I get a job in Maine this summer, yes. I might work this summer, and I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I definitely I want to visit Maine in the summertime. So I'd love to get a job there if I can find a place that fits what I'm looking for. Euronymous randomly stumbled across a live stream over the summer. Been following the channel ever since. Yes. Yes. That's why it's important we hit the like button so people can stumble across the channel. Thank you. You said the apps are trash. I don't. I get on there and get off, but I do enjoy kind of perusing people's profiles and seeing how people present themselves. Jay, what up? Do you and stay true. Let's go, truth. Online dating can be dangerous. Don't do it. I mean, but any dating can be dangerous. What I don't understand, any time you try to meet a person that you don't know, it could end up dangerously. Meeting somebody in a bar ends up dangerous. You know what I mean? Anywhere you meet people, it can be dangerous. Because here's the thing with online dating. Hopefully, you're going to eventually meet them in person, just like you would have met them in person any other way. That's why I don't understand why it's more dangerous. Like, you meet the person in a public place, you get to know each other. If there's weird vibes, you don't see them no more. What's the difference than if you met somebody in the public place in the first place? Like, I don't. Now, if you online dating and you being irresponsible, like you just showing up to somebody's house the first time you ever meet them, which I have done in the past, but like I don't think it's inherently any more dangerous if you use common sense than normal meeting of somebody. Because like both cases, you don't know who they are. You have to get to know them, and yeah, you do that in a public place in the beginning. You know. JD, yes, people do judge. People do judge. But here's the thing, someone looking at you, judging you, and going on with their life is basically them not caring. You know what I mean? We act like people judge us and sit there and worry about us all day long. If I pass somebody and they look at me and go, and keep walking, you know what I mean? Instead of me letting that go in my head and be like, oh man, I'm so poor, I don't know how to dress, I'm so ugly. This is what we do. When I say nobody cares, yes, we'll be judged. But those people judge you, then go on with their life. They move on. Even the judgiest, judgy person at your job doesn't think about you that much. you know, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, the few people that actually do judge us, it's 2% of their life, point zero. You know what I mean? Like it's nothing. And most people don't even judge us. But yeah, if we do happen to come across someone who judges, it's not. It's such an insignificant part of like their existence that like, yeah, no one's got time to people worrying about their own stuff. But that's the thing, we take that stuff and internalize it, and it becomes part of our inner dialogue because someone we passed walking to work yesterday looked us up and down and frowned. Who is that? You know what I mean? But meanwhile, we walk past 50 other people who paid us no attention, and two or three of them probably looked at us and smiled. That's another thing too, is we internalize the negative and we get used to the positive. So for most of us, we get more positive reinforcement a lot of times. For a lot of us, I'll say, we get more positive reinforcement, but we gloss that over. Oh, you look good today. You look good today. You look good today. Oh, thank you. What are you wearing? Were you like, what? So that's what I'm saying. Like, people don't care. Like, people, yeah, you're going to get judged. But who cares? Like, other people's opinion of me has nothing to do with me. Who cares? And honestly, even those people who judge me negatively or don't like me, it's very brief. Like, you know, that's my opinion. I mean, that's how I cope with it. Is like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Skeptic. Yes, I used to read a lot of the Stoic stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus. Yeah, I love the Stoics. I love the Stoics. That's true, Journey. The algorithm allows you to filter what you consume. Yeah. Ain't nobody got time to be thinking about other people. Facts. Job, that's spot on. Judging only matters when we go and judge ourselves. If we perceive the judgments as nothing, there'll be nothing. Not easy to do. It takes some work, but exactly. Like if someone else's opinion of you means nothing to you, then it means nothing. Like you are who you are. I am who I am. You are who you are. That does not change based on judgment. So like if someone looks at you and judges you for being poor and that bothers you, that means you think you're poor. Right? If you had $1 million in the bank and someone looked at you and thought you were poor, but you think you're not because you have $1 million in the bank, you're gonna laugh. It's the same thing when like little kids say stuff to us. We don't care. They're kids. Shut up. You don't know nothing. We only internalize judgment when we low key believe it. But like someone can say anything to you, and if you don't believe it, it's funny because their judgment doesn't like. Or if it's someone whose opinion means not like, you just don't care. I try, and it takes work. Um, I try to get to the place where other people's opinions don't matter to me unless they're on the list of people whose opinions matter to me. Like if my friends say it, I'm like, oh, hold on. You know what I mean? Like I got a group of close friends. I call them my life counsel. If they say something to me, okay, let me check. Anybody else, I'm like, yeah, you know, you can think what you want about me. It doesn't change who I am. So why do I care? You know, like but it takes a while to get there, and it's work. Miss said, last person I let in stole my good can opener, and they're hard to find, so that was a deal breaker. Dang, they got you for your can opener? Hold on one second. Okay, it's just getting too negative. Yeah, Jade, it's not about us. It's not about you or me. Like that person is doing them. Other people's opinion. Like people have the right to judge us. They got free will. If they want to judge, they can judge. Let them judge. Like when we feel the need to like like confront people because of what they believe about us, that's when we run into trouble. Because that's when we're allowing other people's judgment and opinions and actions to affect our life. But like when we can get to a place where like I don't like what this. I am who I am. Why do I care if this person thinks I'm this? Now here's the thing: someone might say something about you and it's true, but then why am I getting mad if it's true? Like maybe it's disrespect, and I might be like, bro, like I may have an issue with them saying it, like if they say it aloud. But like if someone looks at me and judges me, and I can tell they're judging me on something that's true, can I be mad? Like it's true. If I don't like it, I'll fix it. Like if it's something I can't fix, well then why get mad? Like you know what I mean? Earthy, thank you. Said hoping for abundance for you. Thank you, thank you. Oh, it's always abundance. Abundance is universal law. So there's always abundance. So thank you. Journey, you drinking the same gallon of water? Yeah, man. I literally ordered like 7 of them off DoorDash because it was cheaper. I'll be hunting bargains. That's true too. I think OJ is like, yeah, you put yourself out there more, you care less about what people think. Um, because the more you put yourself out there, the more stuff you're gonna run into, and you have to learn to just like not care. It's just part of it. So like the more you don't care, the more you don't care. Like, who are these people? Who are these people? John said, looking broke, but you got money is what I'm going for. Facts, facts, facts. I like one of the things that brings me probably too much joy is when I'm walking down the road with like my groceries or something, and people like look at me and give me that look like, look at this broke dude walking with his groceries. Cause like I know I could have a car. You know what I mean? Like I know I could buy a car. So like people judging me for not having one is fun for me. Especially if they're not in a nice car. Okay, that was too far. That was too far, Tim. You know what I mean? But it's just funny to me. It's just funny that like, yeah, when you know you up, but you're not showing it, and people judge you because they think you're not up. It's funny. Yeah, it's a vibe. I recommend it. I recommend it. John, you work for some owner who wore the same clothes and drove a beat up '99 little Ford Ranger. He was balling. Fact, I had a boss like that when I worked at a car dealership years ago. Same thing. Like they would warn you, like, hey, if you see an old dude come up here in a beat up truck and overalls, that's the boss. You won't know he's the boss. He won't act like the boss. Even once you acknowledge he's the boss, he don't act like the boss. But just be on the lookout. And then when I finally saw him, I'm like, him? They're like, yeah, that's him. Like, you know. Meanwhile, his son-in-law thought he was hot-ish, you know, who the son-in-law who married into the company. You knew who he was because he made it plain. And I was like, that's got to be crazy for the actual boss that like that's what his daughter married. That's another reason I ain't got no kids. I don't want to deal with that. Hey, G, we definitely gonna keep the videos coming in the new year. I'm glad you're excited for them. Yes. Marilyn in the building. What up, Gigi? More walk and talks and travel next year. Yeah, Earthy, that's the plan. That is the plan. Um, that is definitely the plan. So thank you for the recommendations. But yeah, that's definitely the plan. I was just thinking about. I was like, man, I need to do another walk and talk. So thank you, Strickland. Double Strickland. Hey, yeah, authenticity, powerful. You know, sometimes the very thing that we're doing is like, oh man, this is going to suck for me, is what opens doors up for you. There's something very powerful on a universal level on doing things simply because you want to do them. Because that's when you're most in line with your, like you. You know, I firmly believe we do best in this life when we're aligned with our true self the most. And like when we just do stuff not for any other reason other than like, I just want to do it, I think that puts us most in line with like ourselves and the universe. And I think that's attractive to people. Like people like when we're just being us and just doing us. Because like if someone's attracted to that, they can sense that, oh, I like this and that person is that. You know what I mean? But we do a lot of times we do the opposite. We try to do what we think people are gonna like from us, you know. Skeptic, I've thought about living in a van, but I don't think it's for me currently. Frankie, nah, I don't see myself quitting YouTube unless YouTube disappears, which I'm sure it will one day. But nah, I love it. Like it's fun for me. Like I love it. Like, you know, I don't know what I would do if I didn't have YouTube. Kay says I'm 50 with no kids. The older I get, the less I regret my decisions. Nice, nice. I'm I never regretted it. I'm blessed. Then I've always been so thankful I didn't have any kids. The man who used to own all the church's chickens in Southern California was a humble man with an older car, would wear broken-in jeans and sneakers, short sleeve button shirt. Yeah, but a lot of people like that. I feel like I would be like that. If I owned a business, I'd just be regular. For it would just be too much work to try to pretend like I was somebody. Like, oh gracious, you back? Okay. Yeah, Mar, and it's natural in today's society, I think, to initially get angry and feel hurt, and it never feels good. Even if you get to a place where like you don't care, it doesn't feel good when like someone, you know what I mean? It's still like, you know what I mean? But you can eventually, it like it takes work, but you can eventually get to a place where like you don't get as angry, you don't get mad. You're just like, yeah, you know what I mean? Now the disrespect might bother you. It's just like if someone like literally says it in your face, it's like, come on, bro, like what are we doing? But even that, like some people are just disrespectful. They have the right, free will, you know? With work you can get to a place where it's just like, and it starts with realizing, yeah, I'm getting too angry, I'm getting too blah blah blah, I care too much. It starts with that. That's step one. Then you can put in the work. But like you can't get to a place where it's just like, all right, yeah, yeah, and then, yeah, as the more you believe in yourself and the more you see what an amazing person you are, things, you know what I mean, like the less it matters what some random person thinks about your appearance. Like it's like, bro, I didn't have nothing to do with some of this. This is the body I was given. If you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. Well, yeah, I'm not for you then. Like, somebody likes it. Somebody's checking for the kid. Facts, you know. Hey, Gigi, you're welcome. You're welcome. Hey, thanks, Jade. But you are somebody, Tim, to us. I mean, I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. Um, I feel like we're all somebody and we're all nobody. That's the way I look at it. It's all across the board, and it feels good for someone to say that, obviously. But like, all of us are equal. So, you know, presence is precious. Nice. Didn't Kanye have a line like that? My presence is the presence. My presence is the present. Something like that. Lorenzo gonna go for that 5 a.m. bicycle ride. Okay. All right. Thanks, Frankie. Yeah, no, yeah. I'm into watching people play video. I've really gotten into, and it's almost literally yesterday. I was like, I may have to cut this back because I spend a lot of time watching other people play video games. I watch a lot of gameplay on YouTube, um, but like this week, I'm being lazy, so it's cool. But come January 1st, when I got to get back on it, I'm like, Tim, you may have to cut back on the gameplay. But yeah, I don't like playing video games. I like watching other people play it. Yeah. Worst Christmas for you yet? Sorry to hear that. Growing Life Organic. Hey, that means next year it's gonna be better. John, gonna go see your mom today. Respect, respect. Lazy or taking a break? Tomato, tomato. You do that as well, Rope Boyo, but on Twitch. Yeah, it's fun. I like watching. Yeah, I never really been a Twitch person. Adriana said, "I don't celebrate a commercialized Xmas. Feeling grateful for life. Let's go." Yeah, yeah. Like I feel like that's another thing. More and more people are just like, man, I'm not doing it. No disrespect if you do it, but I'm not doing it. You know, just out here enjoying life, grateful for the day. Hey, resurrection. That's why we here. You know, break down that loneliness, that energy. We might be hundreds of thousands of miles away from each other, but like energy doesn't know distance. So positive energy, wherever it's coming from, whatever outlet is coming through, it feels good. Like, yeah, you feel less lonely, you know? I like energy doesn't know distance. I gotta write that down. Gotta use that one. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what my next video is gonna be. Yeah, Mark, and that's the thing. Positivity is like a choice you have to make. It's a direction you have to go in, and like anyone can choose it. It's work, you know. It's like the Oregon Trail. You know what I mean? You got to choose that direction, and it's work. But yeah, anybody can choose it. Jimmy Wilson, thank you, thank you. Use the system to break free from the system. I see you, Amaya. Checking in from El Salvador. Okay. Yes, yes. Yeah, a lot of people argue about that, and they're like, "But you're trapped in the system." And I'm like, "Yeah, but use the system to get out of the system, or as free from as much from the system as possible." Like we can sit if you're right, if these people are right, and no matter what you do, you can't get out of the system. Well, at least try to get as free as possible instead of just giving up and being like, "Well, I'm trapped in the system. What can I do?" I'm like, if you're miserable, try to get happy. You know what I mean? Like that's all I'm saying. Like we spend so much time arguing about this stuff. I'm like, the message is just to like get happy, enjoy life. And I firmly believe like being as little beholding to the system as possible is the key. Even if you can't get completely free, I'd rather be 75% free than just accept 100% enslavement. You know? If back in the slave days, Massa was like, hey, do so and so, you only got to work 2 days a week. I'm not going to be like, no, I'd still be a slave, so I'm going to just work 6 days still. What I got to do to get the 2 day schedule? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, no, I'll take the six because you got me. Nah, I'm doing the two. You know what I mean? Why are we sitting here argue? You're never truly free. Okay, well, I'm free as I can be. Like I just don't understand. I mean I get it because it's the programming, but I just don't understand the people just giving up. Chad, I can't sing. No, not at all. Not at all. Sure, you can ask a personal question, Jimmy, if it ain't disrespectful, you know. Hey Adam, hope your side, your hip sciatica gets better. Seriously, I'll put up some prayers for you when this is over. Um, yeah, I'm learning. Take care of your body. I'm learning. What up, Logan? Good to see you again. Oregon Trail should be the next Red Dead Redemption. Karen, we here. We here. You know, sorry to hear about your mom passing, and I can understand it not being as happy a time when you miss family and people you normally used to associate with around this time. Definitely, but that's why we here. You know, tell yourself every day how blessed you are. Nice. Yeah, that's a good point. Wilkins, letting go of consumerism is first step. Get out the matrix. You know, realizing there is a matrix. I mean, even Neo and them had to go back in the matrix every now and then, but they stayed out of it as much as possible. You know, even Neo and them had to plug back in occasionally, do what they had to do, but they didn't just stay in it. Then, well, some of them did. Some of them went back in, but you know, there is no spoon. I say that a lot. Like that honestly was one of the deeper parts of the Matrix. Like I feel like you could sit and ponder that little segment for days. You know what I mean? What up? What up, Praveen? Just like instead of trying to move the spoon, you have to realize there is no spoon. Which you alternately could have said something like, you have to realize you are the spoon. The spoon is you. Yeah, okay. What spoon? I don't know. Bald Eagle, how's it going? Jimmy, I feel like you were going to ask me a question. You can be a fork, sure. Fork in the road. Bald eagle. I mean the holidays are cool. I like the holiday spirit. I just don't like how stuff be closed, and I always forget it's a holiday. I be trying to do something. Oh, we probably can't do that. You heard John Wick is Neo lost in the Matrix? Okay. Oh, Jimmy, you did ask the question? Oh, did I miss it? I don't see it. It ain't. I may have it on. I might have it on live chat, not. I may have it on top chat and not live chat, so maybe I missed it. Hold on, actually, I can change that right now. Live chat. Boom. Rhonda, thank you. On a solo 2 hour hike. Nice, nice. That sounds like a good way to spend Christmas. Do I lift weights? Nah, nah. You know, Praveen, we always got something exciting going on. Bald Eagle, I don't do resolutions. I just kind of have, some things I'm trying to do in the new year, but I don't really do New Year's resolutions anymore. Mar, you honestly, I don't think it matters. You know what I mean? You said, how do you know whether sometimes the limits people give you are real or not? It doesn't matter. Um, Here's what I'll say: look at the source. So sometimes, if there's someone whose opinion you respect and you think they might know what they're talking about, it's good to consider what they're saying. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Because, like, if you want to use your example, if you want to be self employed and you think you can make it work, well, then go for it. Their opinion of whether or not you're going to end up homeless if you try, it might be well meaning, but it's not valid because they've never been you trying to do what you're trying to do. They're just taking stock of stuff they've seen and stuff they've been through and giving you their opinion, but they've never been you doing what you're trying to do. That's why, like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what anybody says. You know, it doesn't matter if 100 people try something and fail, you might be the one person who makes it. That's why it's about belief. You know what I mean? That's why it's so much about belief. But we get a lot of times, understandably so, humans, we're social creatures. We take cues from the people around us. But at the end of the day, all people can do is give us their opinion. They're not us trying to do what we're trying to do. So they can't know, you know? They might be able to, like I said, listen to their opinion, take it into consideration. But as far as like knowing whether they're right or not, they don't, like, how would anyone ever know? That's why I think it's more important. It's about doing what you believe is right for you. You can take in other people's opinions and advice, factor them in. It's about doing what's right for you and what feels right to you, because that's the only thing that's real. What my subconscious is telling me, what my gut is telling me, what messages I'm getting from God or from the universe. That's real. That's what you really have to, like, listen to. Anything else is just other people telling you what they've gone through, but none of them are you. So, like, there is no right or wrong. It's just really what you think is going to work for you. Hey, Greg Powers, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad, thank you so much, Greg. Thank you. Hold on. Let me give you a like on that. Let me know. I hit the wrong button. Hold on, Greg. Let me give you a like on that. There it is. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate the love so much, the generosity, the support, the continued support. Thank you so much, Greg. Greg Powers. Let me give people's full name, proper respect. Greg Powers. I thank you so much for being here and continue to come through, just show love, dropping bags off. I appreciate that, Greg. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Praveen took that nap. I've been taking naps lately, Praveen. I've been getting up, doing my morning routine, handling the business I gotta handle, eating lunch, taking a nap, getting back up and like enjoying my evening, then going back to sleep. I've been taking a break lately. Hey, Earthy, been reading the minimalism and slow living books, loving them. Nice, nice. The title for your recent Superzo video is honest, hilarious. You know what? Like that, that was the first title that came to me, and I kind of played around with it, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put it like that, and like it's working, you know. So yeah, I feel like sometimes those are the ones that work best when I just put it out there. Yeah, I did get a gift. Uh, yeah, life is once again. I'm a big believer in like it doesn't have to be logical. We don't have to have everything planned out. Like there's a reason other people don't see what we're trying to do a lot of times because it's not for them. You know, the same people that are giving you advice on like what you should or shouldn't do, we probably wouldn't totally understand their goals and dreams. Now, a lot of times they never went after them, you know. But like if they had, like if you were to ask them, the people who think what you're trying to do is crazy, telling you all this negative stuff's going to happen, if you were to have a real conversation with them and get them to open up about the things like they regret it never having done or boom boom boom, I promise you they would have some crazy scheme or idea that they just never went through with that makes no sense to you. You'd be like, that is crazy. You're gonna build a gigantic ant farm and charge people $100 to walk through it. No, you know what I mean? But the reason you don't understand it is because it's not your dream. It's not for you. It'll sound crazy to you. Now, a lot of us who are more open minded, we're going to be like, hey, bro, if that's you, go for it. We're not going to try to talk them out of it. But everybody has weird, unique, crazy stuff. Most people just allow other people's opinions to keep them from doing it. So it's natural that people don't get your stuff. It's not for them. They're not you. Of course, they're not going to get it. But you would like people to, like, hey, here's some thoughts I had about it. You know, just keep this in mind. But like, do you? Do you? Like, if it makes go, I don't know. You want to live on a cruise ship 365 days a year? Do it. Go for it. Figure it out. Resurrection Sunday. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate the love. So Merry Christmas. Same to you. Glad you found the button. Thank you. Put you a like on that. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. We here. What up, Javier? The plan is you don't have a plan. That works too. Live your life. Exactly, free man. You know. I was somebody commented on one of my videos the other day and it was like it was very honest and real. And it was a woman just saying that like she had a dream to do something so many years ago and like she let family talked her out of it. You know, and they were just like, you got a family to support, you can't pop up. And she was like, I regret it. You know, and there's anger and resentment there. And that's another thing. A lot of times if we let people talk us out of our dreams, not only will we look back and regret, and that's one of the worst feelings, but there's gonna be a resentment because you're gonna remember who it was that talked you out of it. And there's always gonna be that resentment. You're gonna be resentful of them, there's gonna be regret, and you're gonna be mad at yourself. On the flip side of that coin, people who try something, and even if it doesn't work out, typically there's none of that. You'll hear people be like, oh man, one summer or whatever, I had this crazy ideal to do so and so. I tried it out, I lost everything. But they're like, hey, that was the most fun 2 years of my life. Or they'll be like, I learned a lot from it. Like I went into it maybe a little naive. I struggled, it didn't work out, but I learned so much. You know what I mean? Do you regret it? They be like, nah, nah. Like when people try things, they rarely regret it. When people don't try things that they really feel like they should, there's that regret. You'll see them be like, man, I know. You'll hear people, I know I could have made that work. Once again, that knowing, people's like, I know I could have made that work, and I let them keep me from doing it. Ha! You can't erase that. You can't wipe that away. You can't. And that's one of those things. It's like, ah, man. Hey, Shutter Speed Gaming, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad, I appreciate the love. Let me give you a like on that. Boom. Thank you, thank you. So Merry Christmas. Same to you. I appreciate the love. Thank you, thank you. Super Chat Train, let's go. Shutter Speed Gaming in the building. I don't agree with that, MJ. I think it. I think you know the people to talk to about your dreams, or you'll learn. So like, there are some people that are just like haters, right? You know the people in your life. You know, I don't think someone you know who cares about you and is in your corner, I don't think it's necessarily negative to tell them about it. And that's where I think the being able to overcome people's opinions. So, for example, if you've got loving parents and you know your parents care about you, I don't think it's wrong to tell them if you're trying to do something, even if you know they may not get it, because they may see some aspect of it that you don't see. And while you still might do it, something they say might help you. You know what I mean? Like they may be like, that's crazy because of this, this, and this. And you might be like, oh, dang, I didn't think about that. It might help you. You still don't do it, but they might bring up something that like you hadn't thought of. So I personally feel like if there's people you know care about you and got you, telling them isn't wrong. It's the people who really ain't in your corner. Telling them is just gonna be like a waste of time because all they're gonna do is hate. And once you figure those people out, then those are the people I think don't even. But yeah, people who have your best interest at heart, even if they see things differently, I think sometimes can help. Not to mention when you do it and you succeed or they see you working at it and they understand, people who really care will eventually see why you did what you did. You know? And they might even come to your aid and start assisting you. Hang on. I gotta block somebody because they talking crap. No, not timeout. Block. Actually, you know what? We will just time out. But yeah, I hear a lot of people saying like, yeah, don't tell people your goals. I think it just depends on who you tell. Or if you don't want to tell anybody, that's fine. But I think it depends on who you tell because there might be people who get it. You know, we might think, oh, that person will never understand. I'm not telling them. And you tell them, and they might be like, I think that'll be perfect for you. You never know. You know, so by not telling, I think sometimes we miss out on like wisdom and support, um, trying to get away from, the haters. But like you, I think we know the people in our lives who. I think it's always wise to talk anything over with somebody, just so we don't, even though it is our dream, it's in our head, no one will maybe understand it 100%. I think it's always wise to talk stuff over with someone, um, just because like other people see things we might not have seen. Hey, rejoice in rejoice in the perfection of today. Get out there and celebrate what you have. Let's go. Gratitude. Sorry it took me so long to block that person. MJ, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad, thank you so much. Said great advice. Happy holidays. Thank you. Same to you. Thank you. Appreciate the support. Gracious, I appreciate the offer, but Mike, being Michael, no, you weren't. I don't think you were blocked. Uh, Gracious, we got the best moderator ever, Angela. So appreciate the offer though. Lorenzo, I got some water. Gotta hydrate. Yeah, being Michael, I don't think you were blocked. Definitely not this stream. We chilling. Hey, Praveen, thank you. Super chat train. Thank you, Praveen. So thank you so much for live stream on Christmas. I told y'all. I told y'all we was coming through. Let me give you a like on that, Praveen. Thank you, Praveen. I told you we was coming through Christmas, man. I've been waiting. I said we're gonna do that Christmas stream. I've been waiting, and I got nothing else to do. Like I said, I'm making myself take it easy. I might take a small walk today, just because I don't like not leaving the house. But if I do, it'll probably just be around the block. And yeah, but I'm taking it easy. My body is, screaming at me. So it does that occasionally. My thing in life is I always get these reoccurring things, and they're not like life threatening or a big deal, but they annoy me when they happen, and I have to like address them, and then they go away. And then, a couple years later, they come back, and, I get all worked up again, and I have to remind myself that it's temporary. And like, I get a lot of temporary stuff. Like, that's just what my body does. It's like, you're going to be good long term. You're going to live to be 90. I got to start saying I'm going to live to be 90 and healthy. Love you too, Michael. I got to start saying I'm going to be 90 and healthy. But it's like, yeah, you good. You're going to live to be 90 plus, but you're going to have to deal with the same stuff, over and over again. Hey, Mike, what's the thought that counts, man? I appreciate the desire, Ooh, resurrection. I don't know. Like if you know you need to drink more, but it makes you queasy to drink water. I don't know. Like I know for me, like I have to. This is why I buy big jugs of water, because I will drink to the level. I'll drink water. Let me make sure we're not talking about alcohol. I'll drink water to the level I have. So if I buy just one bottle of water, I can go all day with one bottle of water. Even though I'm feeling, I still won't. So I have to buy big jugs to make myself. So when I do drink some water, and this I do like the 10-second rule. So like I don't do it on here because I'm talking, but normally I drink for like 10 seconds, or I drink like 10 gulps. So I'll be like, go. So like every time I drink some water, I'm drinking a lot. Because if I don't, I'm the same. I'll get super dehydrated because I'll just forget. So I make myself drink a lot of water every time I do drink water. Major X, thank you. Super Chat Squad, that is love. Thank you. First Super Chat, thank you. Said your outlook has been eye-opening. Years on that dream job path has cost me my personal life, plus has me questioning why. Med school, not only 2 years away from becoming and attending, not sure what's next. Hey, Major, let me give you a like on that real quick. And I think that's a good place to be. Sometimes you can feel a little lost when you're questioning why, but I think that's a good place to be, because when you find an answer, now you have a path, Because sometimes, we're just doing stuff and we're just going along with what other people said do, and it was the path that kind of we were told was the right. But there needs to be a why. You know what I mean? And when you start questioning, like, now, sometimes when you start questioning, you realize some of the stuff you're planning on doing, you do have a reason. So that's good too. Because when you have a reason for doing something, it's a whole lot easier to keep doing it. So whether you question why and you start to realize, okay, I'm gonna stay on this path because I have reasons. That means something to me. People will give you reasons, but if it don't mean nothing, if it don't matter, it don't matter. Or you might be like, you know what, I'm gonna switch this up a little bit because I feel like there's some meaning to doing this over here. But step one is like, what's my why in life? What do I want to do? You know what I mean? Like that's a question a lot of times we don't ask. Like, what do I really want to do? Not what's going to make me the most money. not what's going to make my parents happy. And it's not saying don't factor those things in, but the first question should be like, what do I want to do in life? And if I got plans for the future, are they actually doing something for me? Like something meaningful? Because once again, you can cut it and slice it any way you want to, and you can justify and you can cope all you want in life. If it doesn't mean anything to you, it doesn't mean anything to you. That might probably be one of the most powerful things I've ever said on this channel. Like literally, if it doesn't mean anything to you, it doesn't mean anything to you. And you can buy 10, 20, 30 cars. You can make 7 figures. You know what I mean? You could all this stuff. If it genuinely doesn't mean anything to you, it won't mean anything. That's why you see people like that's why you see so many successful people A, miserable, or B, like continuing to chase after stuff, and you're just like, why are they still going? You've made it, Brad. You've made it, Sheila. Why they continue going is because it doesn't mean nothing to them. All that stuff that we look at and are like, oh man, this person's got it made. There's a hole inside, right? Sadly, because it doesn't mean anything to them. And like that's why you'll see people sometimes, I quit my 6-figure job and decided to boom, 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 because they realize there's something else that might be more meaningful, and they're willing to give up the stuff that didn't mean anything for that. Now, transversely, there are some people that like climbing the corporate ladder, things of that nature mean something because that's who they are. Some people, I've got friends very ambitious in business. That's who they are. So some people find like, okay, this is what I'm good at. This is what I do. It means something to me to climb the ladder. It means something to me to make more money. Boom. And those people are happy. They get up, go to work every day because like they're ambitious. I'm the type of person I like to find a person like that and like just go along with them because I'm not ambitious at all. So I'm like, if you tell you the bosses I do best with are very ambitious, intelligent women. Actually, I don't. I mean, I work for dudes, but I prefer to work for women. But like, I tell them, you captain of the ship. I'll be first mate because I got no ambition. It don't do nothing for me, but I'll help you get where you need to go. I don't know how to turn this into me, but yeah, I think you're at a good place starting to question why, and then as you start to answer why, then, that's where you can start to plot your own course in life. If the one you're on doesn't come back as like the right one. Grams, you can find Pete if you're on your own. Fact, you can. You can. Have I considered getting a filter system? I do think when I get a home base, I'll get a filter. Yeah. I mean, like I'm always traveling, so like the filter wouldn't fit in my suitcase. But yeah, when I get a home base, I definitely will get some type of filtration, probably. You didn't know there was an emoji for infinity? I don't think I did either, or did I? Just did that 10-second gulp. It's a big difference. That's what I do, because I'm famous for not drinking enough water. Like it's bad. Do I want presents? YouTube is chasing money. Nah, like I don't do stuff. I don't do stuff. Like I don't like physical presents in life, like people buying me stuff. Nah, I don't know what you mean by YouTube chasing money. I don't know what that means. It's a business, so like YouTube is only here for YouTube to make money. Most important thing to ask you is what made you happy? Facts. Chiquito, what up? Bing Michael, did you change your name recently? Did you have a different name recently? Miss Twisted, how's it going? Happy Festivus for the rest of us. How do I charge up my energy level? Nature charges me up. Interacting with my friends and loved ones charges me up. Honestly, for me, like sometimes I just be in a good mood. Getting enough rest charges me up. Doing things I like to do. Yeah. But yeah, some days I just be in a good mood. Today, I think meditating actually really helped me get in a better mood. Oh, Praveen, you're only going to work an average of 28 hours in 2025? Oh, cool. Did I say hi to you, Shaquita? If not, hey. Where are we at? What? Yeah, Jay, that's one of our issues in society today is sadly like people are forced to work so many hours that by the time you get home you can't enjoy the money you're making. Like, and then you get you get 5 days vacation a year. Um, Stay on point. I don't eat as healthy as I'm planning on starting to eat. Like that's an area I've identified. I need to do better. Yeah, yeah. Hang on one second. I'm here. I'm just sending a text real quick. All right, where we at? Do I have a talent besides housekeeping? Not really. I don't know how I would answer that. Not really. No. I mean I got talents. It just seems a kind of weird to rattle off what I consider my talent. I let other people answer that for me in real life. Yeah, I'm trying to learn to eat health. Like I want to start cooking more. Um, I want to eat healthier. Yeah, yeah. We trying to 2025. I've realized it to reach my goal of living another 45 plus years. I'm at that age where when you're younger, you can just do whatever. I'm at that age where like I'm gonna have to actively, police what I eat, things of that nature. That's why you left corporate America, Jade. Missed the money, but now I can plan what I want to do and steal from those companies by day trading. All right, all right. Praveen's about to wash the dishes after walking 1.10 miles in the house for 19 minutes after a long nap. Okay. Vision, I don't have memberships unlocked on my channel because I don't like the ideal of charging people. I did it for like a day and then I undid it. I just like either the videos are available for everybody or nobody. Like I just don't like that ideal of, and honestly, people are so generous, for me, it's not about maximizing revenue, right? So it's just like, as generous as people are on a regular basis, just with the donations, I'm like, I don't think I would offer enough to where it would feel right for me to do the membership. Like it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel right. It definitely just felt like a money play. Um, and this now, if I had another channel, say I had my women's sports channel, and I had memberships and like, oh, if you subscribe to the membership, you get the daily blah blah blah. Cool, but like on this channel, that's about like positivity and motivation and all this other stuff. Just I like the donation model. I make money off AdSense and like if people want to support, they can. I like that because I'm not selling nothing. I'm not charging nobody nothing. Can't nobody say I'm in it for the, you know what I mean? Like it's just, I like that. That feels right. on a channel like this. So that's not against memberships, but like on this channel, I'm just like I'm cool. You know what I mean? It felt sticky. Ugh. I don't if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's why I don't have memberships. Like it's all set up. YouTube occasionally emails me and is like, "What's up with the memberships?" I'm like, "I'm good." There was one time they wanted to give me $500 to turn it on. They was like, "Turn on memberships, we'll give you $500." And I was like, yeah, uh, you know. Would I open a business in 2025? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, one day I would love to get my collectibles business going, but that may be future. Hey, Vision, no, this is good. It's a fair question. Fair question. Tam, appreciate that. Appreciate it. Whenever someone says you have a good heart, that's huge. I mean, I try. Um, yeah, man, I just a lesson I learned the hard way was like if it don't feel right, don't do it. Even if that means you think you're gonna miss out on money, on love, sex, admiration, like if it don't feel right, don't do it, bro. I'm telling you, that's yeah. Subscriber emojis. I don't even know what that means. What I want to do when I grow up? Exactly what I'm doing now. Content creation, travel, chilling. You hope? Yeah, yeah. For me, I don't see us hitting 190 in the next week. I see 184 maybe by 2025. But hey, we blessed already. Vitamin D3 and vitamin C, good start. Dad, a healthy diet. Okay, okay. Thank you. What would I do with my first 100K to turn it into 1 million? Honestly, that wouldn't be the goal. If I had 100K to invest, I would just put it in my dividend portfolio and let it rock. Like, actually, I'd put 90 in the dividend portfolio, and I would speculate with crypto with 10. Yeah, but like the ideal of like, how do I turn this into a million? Like, why? Like, I'm up. If I'm up 100K, like, I'm not gonna stress myself out trying to turn it into a million. I just invest it. Like, let's go. You know, simple, easy. Yeah, I can major. You're welcome. First off, yeah, I can imagine that being a challenging. You know, you're thankful for the opportunities and the blessings, but also kind of like, like yeah, you don't want to turn your nose up at amazing opportunity, but I could imagine also being like, but I don't. If it's not what you want, though, yeah, I could see that. I could see that, and I'm sure you will make the right decision. I mean, here's the thing, though. It's a good dilemma to be in. And I'm not laughing because I know it's challenging, but like it's a good dilemma. You know, it's like all right, we got to figure this one out. Hey, observant, appreciate you saying that. Thank you. Yeah, man, life you gotta enjoy it. We have to try our best to enjoy life. Like that's what I don't get. People like, man, life is this. I'm like, I understand life is all this stuff. We all got our stuff. Trust me. Um, which is another reason to not be judgy of people because we all got our stuff. But it's like you can still try. We can still try to like enjoy ourselves, even if it's hard. You know what I mean? What's the alternative? Just give up. Thanks, Brian. Yeah, but doing what for me, this is feels right. Like this is me. You know what I mean? So I feel truly blessed to like have discovered it. Which is why I'm very big on recommending it to other people because I'm like, bro, like when you doing you, it's amazing. Christmas dinner, I got some Hawaiian barbecue in there. Praveen gonna watch a Christmas movie? Home Alone? Right. Brian said I haven't changed over the years. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I did. Okay. Subscriber. I think I actually have heard of that. Subscribers can pay to add special emojis in the chat. I mean, seems like I'd have to go in there and do some extra work. My go-to sugary snack. I like how you didn't say favorite. Probably trail mix. I think. Am I doing more traveling video? I'm not a good vlogger. Though I did tell myself that if I do take some trips next year, when I take some trips next year, I do want to show more of the places I go. That's going to be a challenge for me because that does not come easily to me. The last thing I'd be trying to do on vacation, like on a trip, is pull my camera out and have a bunch of people looking at me. But I need to work on that. And I realized the travel is cool, but I also like being able to like hopefully motivate some people to travel. And the people who do that for me always show the places they're at. Like my boy Retire and Go. I love his channel. He shows you where he's at. He shows you what he's doing. He shows you what he's eating. And I'm like, I do want to do more of that to do my part in like motivating people. Because it's hard to motivate people to travel just sitting in the hotel room. So I do want to do more of that. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be right back. Okay, we back. Sorry that took a little longer than I thought it was going to. All right. Okay. Fortnite, what up? Yeah, we streaming today. I'm mad that the first stream got cut off because now I don't know how long in total we've been streaming. So I'm not going to be able to get the record today because it's two separate streams. But we here. Yeah, Home Alone was a good movie. Classic. Oh, Gigi about to do some Thailand travel? Nice, nice. In one of your videos, can you walk with your arms swinging loads and moving side to side because you said life isn't serious? Are you asking, did I do that or can I do that? If you're asking, can I do that? Probably not. But probably not. But I'll think about it. Oh yeah, yeah. The lady was, yeah, the lady like, so I was walked down to the store the other actually to get me some of these 7-Eleven drinks because they're 2 for $2.50. So I got like four for $5, which is a deal. So I'm walking back across the parking lot, um, and this homeless lady like ran up to a car and just yelled in the window, "Ha!" And the dude was in the car like, what's going on? So then like she started walking towards me, and I was giving off that, and it happened so quick you don't really get to think about it. But I just was like, hey, as long as you don't touch me, that's gonna be a problem. But I'm like, I hope this lady don't like yell at me and get my like. I just don't want her to like yell in my face. You know what I mean? Like I don't. And she was walking right towards me. And then when she got like right here, she just veered off. So I'm guessing she picked up the vibe that like this ain't the drama you want. You know what I mean? But I was like, oh, please don't let this lady, because it just happened so quick. She just came around the corner, yelled at this dude, came at me. I'm just like, but I'm learning to put that vibe out there of like, this ain't what you want. Like, ain't nobody scared here. So, you know, yeah, yeah. Hey, see you later, Tam. Thanks for coming through. Martha, I probably won't dye my beard. I mean, I do want to dye my beard once just to see what it looks like. But I definitely will shave it. I don't care enough to. When I get bored with it, I shave it. Then it grows back. It's a game we play. Me and my beard. It's a game we play. Ooh, Resurrection getting some sushi. Okay, and some lemon pepper baked fish. Okay, somebody eating good. Eating good. Yeah, Wilkins. I did a. No, it was like 2 hours. It was a long stream. But yeah, I had a problem with the Wi-Fi and the VPN, so I had to start over. I'm on my phone now. Was the lady about my height? I honestly, I don't remember, Lorenzo. I was, hey, I don't have a problem with nobody, but like, I don't have a problem having a problem. Actually, that's not true. Somebody said that. I like that quote. I don't have. Miss Hustle said that. She's a battle rapper. She's like, I don't have a problem with nobody, but I don't have a problem having a problem with anybody. But nah, like I don't want no smoke. But don't come over here with your foolishness. Keep walking. I'm sorry about your situation. I'll pray for you, and I actually did afterwards. I'll pray for you, sis. I got you. Don't come over here screaming in my face though. Like this not this that ain't the move. But I, instead of like having to say that, I just try to give off the vibe of just like, almost like I'm not even concerned because I already know you're not coming around here with it. You know what I mean? That's this is the look I be trying to give. Like I'm not even worried. That because then people be like, oh, why is he not? This dude was like getting off the bus the other day. He was like eyeballing everybody. He got to me. I was just like, and he was like, I'm working on it. Karen said, send some of that, fax some of that, fax some of that fish to Brooklyn. The kids in the chat like, who? What does that mean? What's the FAX? Um, I don't know if I believe the more you fear something, the more you attract it. I will say I think the more you think about it, the more likely you might be to attract. But here's the thing. Attraction also takes action, right? So what usually happens is we fear something, we focus on it, and then somehow our actions we take might attract it, or the actions we don't take. Um, the same's true the opposite. Like if we want to go after something, we focus on it, we take action. So if there's no action, I think there's not as much attraction, right? So, because sometimes we get scared when we're scared of something because we think we're going to attract it, which makes us even more scared. And it becomes this loop. So, for me, because I've thought about that, I'm like, well, I'm scared of this thing, so I'm thinking about it. Is that going to attract it? Then I get super scared. And then it goes on and on. But I realize if I don't take any action based on that fear, I'm probably not going to attract it like that. Not to mention, if I start to focus on the opposite, then I'll start to attract the opposite. So that's how I keep myself from like getting in this perpetual fear loop of just like, oh, if I think about it, I'm going to try. It's like, no, like there has to be some action involved, right? So you thinking about something and be scared of it, and then just being like, that's why like my whole everything's working out. I almost titled the stream that. The reason I'm just like everything's working out is because it frees me from fear. It's all working out. It's all okay. It's all going to be fine. God's got me. The universe has got me. I'm smart enough to help myself. It's all okay. Even when there's something that I'm like, oh man, it's okay. You'll get through it. You'll figure it out. Will it suck? Yes, but it'll be okay. It's all okay. It's all fine. Tell you, I'm think like I don't really know if I want to do merch, but I think everything's working out shirt would be amazing because I wouldn't feel bad selling a shirt like that simply because everyone who read it, it's positive to them. The person who buys it when they put it on, you know, they're thinking about that. It's like everything's okay. It's all working out. And that helps you to be less afraid. But yeah, fearing something I don't think in and of itself attracts it to you. No. But that's a great question. I want to learn to put the vibe out not to mess with me, Lorenzo, so people don't mess with me. You know, I be on public transportation a lot. It's different sometimes, you know? So I put that vibe out there so people don't mess with me. So I don't have to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to engage with people. I just let the vibe say it. Rice and beans, I think it will be harder. It will obviously be harder if we ever got to the point where there's like 1,000 people in the chat to answer everybody's questions. Um, but I will still always try my best. But I'll be honest, if the chat ever got so big, I would probably only be able to focus on like the super chats, just because that would be the only way to distinct. You know what I mean? If the chat's just flying, it would be like whatever caught my eye or like the super chat. Speaking of which, right on cue. Right on cue. Like that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad, thank you. To keep inspiring people to choose freedom over materialism, you're doing God's work. Thank you. Like that. Thank you. Thank you. And you don't know how much that means to me, you saying that. Coming from a family that has different religious views than me. And this is me sharing. I don't even know why I'm sharing this. But one of the things that bothers me sometimes is like, I'm like, man, I think I'm out here helping people. I was raised in a household where it was all about doing God's work. And I know they don't see what I'm doing like that. And that kind of bothers me a little bit. So for you to say that means a lot to me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because I tried. Thank you. Do I carry a firearm? Nah. 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 Eh, I mean, now don't get me wrong. There's been times I've been in situations where I was like, dang, I wish I was gripped up. But I got through them without it. So, but to me, that and I totally understand. Like, I've always said, if I had a family to protect, I might have one in the house or something like that. But for me, I don't want to have to deal with that. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to deal with like, taking care of it and making, and I travel a lot. So like, honestly, I couldn't have one because I'd be in states where you can, you can't. Yeah, if I'm down in Atlanta, hey, it's, you know what I mean? So it's just like, for me, it's too much of a hassle. Like, if them boys run up, they run up. Yeah, no. Patrick, I don't do politics, respectfully. Will I get a robo reader? I don't even know what does that mean? Yeah, Karen gets it public. Like I learned it in Atlanta too when I used to write Marta. I did the shades thing. I was young back then, so I did the shades thing back then. I just put my shades on. It'd be 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning on the train, 7 a.m. I got my shit because you can't make eye contact. They crazy down there. You can't make eye contact on the Marta train. Quickest way to get the crazies come at you. You know what I mean? But yeah, you got to learn that there might be something sweet on this train. It ain't here. Like, there might be something sweet on this train. It ain't here. You know what I mean? Nah, don't even. You know what I mean? But then it's also like you know that one day you may have to back that up. So hey, I don't know if you're gonna get me, but you're gonna have to get me. Nah, ain't no. I mean, yeah, I totally understand why some people do choose to arm themselves. I just ain't trying to deal with it. Um, if that means that's how I'll go up out of here, well, you know what I mean? Like once again, if I'm being honest, like I don't want no trouble, but like I'm not married to this life, so you know what I mean? It's just too much of a hassle for me. But like I said, if somebody runs down on me one day and does me fatal harm, I'll take that. I mean, I'll just be at my next existence earlier. Like I don't want no trouble, and I'm gonna do the best to defend myself. But nah, I'm not trying to. Nah, nah. I didn't. You know what I mean? Nah. And a lot of that is a byproduct of you know growing up in Atlanta. You just get a lot of firearm related stuff, and I'm not trying to deal with none of that no more. Even if it's me, holding instead of somebody else. Like I just ain't trying to deal with it no more. I don't want nothing to do with it. You know. Uh, if you got a family member who's a religious zealot has a problem with you not believing, they're the ones with the problem. You say it yourself. They're the ones with the problem. That's what they're the ones with the problem, and it's annoying to hear them. Uh, you fine. My advice would be just do your best to deal with. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not an issue for you. It's just an annoyance. Some people got bad kids. You learn to deal with all them. They're my nieces. They rough. They bad. You just deal with them. You know what I mean? Just kind of they have the problem. You chilling. You know. Yeah, New Patriots. That we spend most of our life worrying about things beyond our control. Because the things that we can control, we are typically controlling. So we're worrying about stuff we can't do nothing about. Like I know people petrified, and I'm not judging them or looking down on them. I know people petrified of someone doing them harm, and it hasn't happened. So some of the people I know who are the most worried and feel they have to protect themselves at all costs are people who have never had any issues. And I'm like, bro, like you just thinking yourself into this scenario. It hasn't happened. I know you. You've never had any issues like that. We had a couple bar fights, bro. That's it. But like you always think somebody's coming to do you harm. I'm like, you killing yourself with that stress, bro. Now, if we in one of them neighborhoods, well then, you know. But I'm like, bro, we at Sears. What are you toting iron for, bro? Like, I don't know. You know? It's just I feel bad for people like that because like no matter where they go, they're afraid. And I'm like, you should be able to, if you're not somewhere where it's like that, you should be able to not be afraid, bro. How many hoodies do I have? Three at the moment. Patrick, I do believe we have free will. I do. It's a very high level of freedom, Jade, and it's a blessing for me to be finally reaching that place where it's like I don't want to die. I want to keep experiencing this life, but like if that's in the cards, you know, it's gonna suck while it's happening, you know. But like I'm not gonna suffer the effects of it happening before it's happening. It's like if we're super worried about dying, we're killing ourselves worrying about dying. You know what I mean? You're killing yourself worrying about dying. I'm just gonna wait until it's time. You know, when the Grim Reaper shows up and he's like, "Got you this." When the Grim Reaper shows up, and he or she's like, "Got you this time." I'm like, "Dang, all right, you got me. Let's get it. Let's get it. Where are we going?" Oh man. Oh man. That day's a coming. Once again, I'm manifesting it being 40 some years in the future. But and trust me, it won't be as funny in the moment. He'll be like, by the way, wasn't you laughing? Wasn't you the one all on YouTube laughing about when I showed up? I'll be like, me? Nah. I'd be like, nah, bro. That wasn't even me, dog. Give me like 10 more years. That wasn't you all on YouTube saying if it happens, it happens? You laughing about the Grim Reaper showing up? Where's that same energy, Timothy? I'd be like, that wasn't even me, dog. I'm lying. Wasn't you always Mr. Authentic? You don't lie? Okay. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even do YouTube. He's- I'm sorry. I'm professional. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um, I'm sorry. Dodo, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad, thank you. Said happy end of 2024 to the Prince of Positivity. Thank you, Crown. Here's hoping to a great 2025. Here's some abundance to keep things going. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you being part of the community. Let me give you a like on that. Hold on. Um, I appreciate being part of the community. I appreciate the love, the support, and I hope you have an amazing. I know you're going to have an amazing 2025 too. Yes. Thank you, Dodo. Thank you. Yay. We get to block somebody. Oh, not timeout, block. Oh, because it's down there at the bottom. That's why I keep missing it. Cool. You got to do better than that. Trolls, yeah, these trolls got to get better, bro. Hold on one second. Boom. Trolls should be required to leave a super chat. That'd be cool. The trolls will go way down. Hey, thanks, gracious. You know, thank you. West Palm in the building. What up, Rob? See you later, observant. Not into selling a dream? What do you mean? Um, what up, Jessica? I'm not really into selling nothing. Like, until I start my collectibles business. Well, when I write my book, I'll have to sell the book. But like, I'm not really a salesman. What up, Rob? Even though I think I could be a good salesman. Everything's closed in Indiana. Yeah, that's what I don't like about Christmas. Stuff's just closed. I think there's actually a decent amount of stuff open in Denver. Yeah, my DoorDash came crazy quick today. Lorenzo, I am on my iPhone 10. Yeah, I think it's iPhone 10. I walked past the Cricket store yesterday. I got to. That's the other purchase they approved. I do want to upgrade my Android because it's like I don't know. This is an old phone. I knew to upgrade my Android. But yeah, I think this iPhone. I don't even know what number the regular iPhone is on, but I think this is a 10. Everything's closed till Friday. Wisdom. Damn. I mean, at least here stuff opens back up tomorrow. I think. Yeah, this is America. Stuff opens up tomorrow. We gotta sell stuff. Jessica, my sweater says everyone watches women's sports. This is one of the few possessions I really like. This I really like this sweater. Yeah, this hoodie. Yeah, and when I wear it, women especially are always like, and sometimes some dudes, but people are always like, nice sweater. So, and I love women's sports. So, you got to represent. But yeah, I don't have a ton of stuff I really really like, but I like this one. Rob, your son got the new iPhone? Okay. Okay. What is it? iPhone 17, 18, 30? I don't know. Yeah, my 10, it does a height. I'm I hope I get rid of it right before it becomes obsolete. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure the day will come when like it's don't work no more. But I'm trying to keep it right up until then. I just I'm good. Yeah. Like the goal is to like if I upgrade my Android, then I have a few years, you know, then I upgrade this one, and just keep going back and forth. Careful not to update your old iPhone. The new software is designed to destroy it. I do my updates pretty regular. I haven't had any issues other than the typical iPhone. Here's the thing. I think if you wait long enough, it just updates on its own. Sometimes I feel like it's Bellum. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. Thank you, thank you. Let me give you a like on that. Thank you, it's Bellum. Thank you. So season greetings, Tim and all. Same to you. Wishing you a lot of love and blessings. Yes, same to you. Same. Thank you. Thank you. 2025. It's gonna be amazing. I hope you have a good day. A good New Year's Eve. Ow. I appreciate the love and the continued support, Isabella, and you being a part of this community. Can we make money from self-driving cars? Well, I mean, isn't Tesla trying to do the Tesla Uber with the self-driving cars? So like the car will just drive people around by itself and make money for you? I heard something about that. They were toying with that idea. So like when you bought the car, you could sign it up. So like it drops you off at work and then it just goes out and like drives people around by itself and makes you money. And then I guess you schedule it to come pick you up. And it takes you home and then it drives around. I just feel like if everybody's Tesla did that, it would saturate the market. PI, how you doing? Do I have a cold? No, I'm good. I'm good. Do I sound like I have a cold? Oh, Rob, you came from the sobriety videos? Nice. Jessica, I don't have no thoughts on voodoo. I don't mess around with that type of stuff, so I have absolutely no opinions or thoughts on it. Yeah, I mean that would be cool though. If you could just have the car, Uber people around and make money, you know? Women's Australian rules football. Is that like women's soccer? I may have to look into that. Watching any battles today? Like battle rap? Is there any events today? What's today? The 25th? Are there any battles today? I'll watch them if somebody drops. Oh yeah, yeah. It's the Mook versus Arsenal drops today. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna watch that. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that. I'll like if Smack drops some old battles, I'm not watching them. Like I don't support Smack like that. But the other leagues, yeah, yeah. That Arsenal versus Mook is here. Yeah, yeah. Today. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that. Yeah, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, I don't know if Bags and Bodies they got any more to drop. That Av versus A Ward was. I don't like when A Ward loses. So shout out to Av, but I don't know what happened with A Ward. He don't lose like he don't. You rarely see A Ward unprepared, especially at a big event. So my angle on marijuana, people want to smoke, they smoke. I don't smoke, but you know, it's another thing I really don't weigh in too much on because like I don't think it's harmful enough for me to be like it's horrible, don't do it. Like you want to smoke, smoke. Just don't get addicted. Now someone will be like, you can't get addicted to weed. Okay, we all know some potheads who you know, and that's no shade because I was addicted to alcohol. I'm struggling to quit coffee. I had a cheat day today, so that's not shade, but I do think it's crazy when someone's like, you can't be addicted to weed. I'm like, but you've been smoking every day for 5 years. Okay, okay. Gen P, I am 45, halfway home, halfway home. Yeah, unknown corner. I did have a experience, self-inflicted, when I was late teens, early 20s, where we came the paramedics and the firemen said I should have been dead. We'll leave it at that. I don't want to go into the whole story, but they said I should have been dead. But we still here. So, but that did. I didn't realize how much that probably changed. I won't say warped, but changed my thinking until like recently. I was thinking about it. I was like, you know what? Part of the reason I think it was easier years later to just like do what I wanted to do was because I had that brush with death. You know, and I think somewhere in the back of my mind it like made me less afraid. To just to take some of the leaps I took in life, um, just because I'd already seen the light, like literally. That's not just like flowery language. I saw the light, right? So I think that made me a little less afraid, and I think it affects some of my views on like death. Like part of the reason I'm not is that experience. So while it was not the best time of my life, and like because of the pain and anguish it caused my parents and my family, and the money it cost them, that type stuff, I wish, what I mean, I regret it on that level. Well, not even say regret it, but like I wish I hadn't done it for those reasons. Um, I did learn a lot from it, so I'm not mad about it. It was just a very low depressive time of my life, um, and I think that's part of the reason I can be happy these days because like is it no matter what's going on, it ain't that because that was rough. Am I nervous about continuing the nomad lifestyle as I get old? Um, no, Like if it came to me that like I want to continue living like this the rest of my life, I wouldn't be scared to do it. Um, I just have to figure out a way to be a nomad and be able to take care of myself in the future. Whereas I think a lot of people, when they get older, might want to do certain things, but they're convinced that, like, oh, I can't do this and this. I can't prepare for my future and plan for my future and do this. For me, like, I would just have to say, hey, it's come to me. I want to be a nomad the rest of my life. I just have to figure out how to do it. There's no, like, I'm not going to let society tell me I can't do both. But that being said, I just don't, I find myself still wanting to travel, but I'm not sure it'll always be like I've been doing it in the past. Um, and I don't think it's out of fear. I think it's just I'm getting, you go through chapters in life. And I think I just might be entering a new chapter. We'll see. So I'm always going to be a nomad, but we might be coming on a chapter where I do it different, which is why I'm like I said, I'm looking for a home base, um, because I feel like that might be incorporated now in this chapter. Um, yeah. Millie, thank you. Super Chat Squad, thank you so much, Millie. Let me give you a like on that. So thank you, Tim, for the joy and positivity you bring to so many. You are welcome. It is my honor, to be able to be used in that manner. And I really mean that when I say that. Like it means the world to me that, like, be able to use to put some light out there, some love out there, enjoying positivity. Like it's to me, it is very much a message, and like a calling, and like I feel blessed that that's the one I got. I see some people with some callings. I'm like, ooh, that one's rough. So I got a good one, So, and thank you. I appreciate the love and support. Thank you. Hey, we got a super chat train. Patrick coming through. Thank you, Patrick. That is love. Thank you so much, Patrick. Thank you. Super chat squad. First super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you. Um, just the chat, no message. Love that. Love that. Thank you. Just the love. So the love speaks for itself. Thank you. Dang, unknown corner. You got stung by a scorpion. Was dead for a couple minutes. Fought through. You learn. You learn. Lorenzo, like I literally saw the light. Like, I mean, it's not, like I said, it's not flowery. Like I literally saw a light. Like it was coming, bro. Like, and for me, um, like I said, I don't want to get too deep in the story, but it was, you can continue this and go to the light and it's over, or you can try to stop it. Um, and honestly, if my dad hadn't come home right at that moment, it probably still wouldn't have. But it was literally like, there it is. Like, there's home. You know what I mean? And like, I had, fortunately, I was given that choice of or and I was like, I ain't ready to go yet. But like I said, the when the emergency people came, they told my parents, like, they was like, your son should be dead. We don't know why he's not. You know what I mean? Crazy. But I learned from that. Hey, Israel, thank you. Super Chat Squad, that is love. Let me give you your heart. Thank you. So what happened to the AI video? I went to watch it, but I didn't know what it was about. Israel, I took it down. A, it wasn't performing very well. And B, like, I knew I should have waited to post it, and I posted it. I just, the vibe was off. So it was annoying me. The vibe was off, and like, you know, I realized, I was like, I don't know if people are ready for this. So I took it down. I had private it, then I was like, I'm just gonna take it down, delete it. Like, I'm like that. If a video is annoying me, I'll just get rid of it. Yeah, I'll just be done with it. Yeah, so I took it down. Um, I'm sure in the future I'll make a similar one. But yeah, I just took it down. Thanks for asking, and I appreciate the love. Thank you. Super Chat Squad. Hey, I'm sorry about that unknown. I missed that. Sorry about the unknown corner. Sorry, I missed that. So sorry. So sorry. I scrolled down, didn't even see it. Unknown corner. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad, thank you so much. I apologize. So here's something to a fellow survivor. I appreciate that. And that's your first. A lot of first super chats. I appreciate the love. Thank y'all. Yeah, man. You know, it wasn't time for us to go. You know, it was not time for us to go. So that's something else in hindsight. I'm like, well, maybe I was allowed to stick around to do this. So, you know, but thank you, unknown. And thank you, Israel. I'm not Tim, get it together. You're missing super chats. Martha, you love it a nomad, your family hates it. Well, you know, it's your life. Good thing for you, you got free will. Rob using a coma from the dirt bike crash, pronounced you dead. Oh, you came back through. Patrick said, sometimes I think about how awful I treated my parents when I was young and stupid. It's hard not to feel deep regret. The good news is, like, you wouldn't do that now. You know what I mean? Like, I think, and I get where you're coming from, but like, I think we have to give ourselves grace because, like, the reason you know that's not good behavior is because you went through it. You know what I mean? It's like we don't know something until we know it, or we don't know how deeply our actions might hurt our parents until like later when we learn it. So, but then what we do is we take our knowledge now and we put that on our 12-year-old self, our 16-year-old self, and be like, why would you do that? And if your self could speak back to you, it would say, because I'm 16 and I don't know no better. What do you expect me to do? I'm not 50 like you. When I'm 50, I'll know. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's weird because those of us who have grown are the ones who look back with regret, but we're the ones who've grown. Like the people who never look back with regret never learned. They never grew. But yeah, like we have to give ourselves grace of like, that was me back then. Now, if I know better now and I still treat my parents that way, well, that's a problem. But like, you can't beat yourself up for something you did 30 years ago because you were 30 years less wise. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I did some stuff in my 20s that I look back now, it was crazy. But like, honestly, for my 23-year-old self, I was doing okay. You know what I mean? I could have been a lot crazier. But if I look at it from 45-year-old Tim's point of view, I'm like, that dude was wilding. But 23-year-old me would be like, bro, I'm doing good compared to what these dudes are doing. Like, you know? So, yeah, I think we have to give ourselves grace and not beat ourselves up for stuff we did in the past that, like, we were a different person. Like, you know? A lot of times the reason we know not to do it is because we did it and we saw the consequences. If you never do it and see the consequences, you don't know not to put your hand on that stove till you put your hand on that stove. And it don't matter how many times your parents say, don't put your hand on that stove. You get your hand close to the stove and you feel that heat, you're like, oh. Or you touch it and like, ow. You didn't know till you know, you didn't know. Yeah, Israel, glad you got closure now. Yeah, we still here. We don't know. Geodude said, I died from a blood loss and was given the choice by God. I seen the light in the distance. It was nice having the weight of life's worries gone so peaceful. But you came back, though. You took the option to come back. I've actually heard other people say that. It's like they had the choice, you know, and it was just like, all right, I'm going to come back. You know, and take it's interesting. You can, I know for me, if you'd asked me 10 minutes earlier, 15 minutes earlier, all I wanted to do was be done. But in that moment, when it was, go one way or the other, suddenly I realized I wanted to be here. You know, I don't, I thought about doing coaching sessions, but I don't know if that's my gift. I appreciate you saying that, but I just don't know if that's for me. There's a lot of other people who do it a lot better than I would do it, I think. Judah, how you doing? Happy holidays. Thank you. Jade used to get in trouble for blowing out the fire on the stove. Oh boy, Rob brought up universal basic income. We're not gonna get into it. Have I ever accidentally got rid of something I didn't mean to? No, no. Like I'm very intentional with my minimalism. So like, nah, nah. And if I did, I would just buy another one. So, but nah, I'm very intentional about like what I throw away. Like it's a it's a process. Like yeah. But yeah, Lorenzo, like I think if someone says Happy Christmas and you're not really rocking with Christmas, you can just say thank you, same to you, right back at you. Unless you feel the need to go into it and just be like, I don't even do that no more. But like, yeah, I think you can just be like, oh, appreciate it. Hope you, and then like, so me, sometimes I'll just be like, hey, hope you have a good holiday too. Like I don't think it's a huge deal unless you think it's a huge deal. I mean, like I look at it this way, like I don't celebrate Christmas, but like I want people to have a happy Christmas day. So I won't say it, but I might be like same to you. Stay on point. I don't know why people have different NDE story. I don't know. Maybe it's different for everybody. I've for a while I've been thinking how crazy it is that we think the same thing happens to everybody when they die. What if when you die, whatever you think happens happens? You know what I mean? Like why would all of us have the same death experience when we didn't all have the same life experience? And death is just an extension of life. It's just a doorway to the next one. Actually, you probably can't even say it's all one life. But anyway, you know what I mean? So like, I don't. Now that I think about it, it's probably normal that like when we die or we almost die, different stuff happens. Because like, why would the same thing happen to everybody? We're just come up believing that death same for everybody. Why would it be? Jessica, yes, I believe in Jesus. I don't know. I don't know anything about the Pope and any portals, so I can't. I don't even know what that means. Respectfully. Hey Guido, yeah. If you can't care less about Christmas, I wouldn't even. I'm like I'm not. I'm not trying to pretend. Hey Geo, dude. I mean, like that's. I respect your belief. That there's a hell. I personally don't believe in one. The the God I believe in wouldn't have hell. Um, but the beautiful thing is we can all have our own beliefs and like who's to say in your reality there isn't a hell? Um, there's not one in mine, but you know what I mean. But like that's the beauty. Is like we don't have to exactly truth. God is love. I struggle with we read certain scriptures and say God is one thing, but then we read other scriptures and people try to get me to believe that God, who is love, the embodiment of love, would have a place where people are tortured endlessly. I have never found anyone able to explain that to me. What that sounds like, if we're being honest, that sounds like a very human place. Humans will do that. You do a human wrong, they will torture you forever. Or humans are just whacked out in the brain and they enjoy that type of thing. That sounds like a very human thing. That does not sound godly to me. And once again, that's just my opinions and the truths I came to. No one's ever been able to explain that to me. How God, who is the embodiment of love, could torture people forever just because they made mistakes. So you created humans with the ability to make mistakes on a level to where you'll torture them forever. That'd be like kind of knowing you have a kid who loves cookies, putting cookies on the counter and saying, don't eat the cookies. And then when they ate the cookies, you beat the crap out of them. Because if I'm God and I don't want people doing stuff, why give them the ability to do it? And since I'm God, I know the numbers in advance of how many people are going to do it anyway. So knowing that billions of people are going to mess up, I knowingly design a system where I get to torture billions of people. But Geodude, that's the same issue. If you're like, oh, but it's the devil. So if I'm God and I have the ability to get rid of the devil so that billions of people aren't influenced by the devil, and then I have to burn them forever, I decide to just let the devil do what he wants. Once again, I could be wrong. It just doesn't sync with the God I believe in. So God doesn't have the power to get rid of the devil, but he does have the power to torture billions of people forever. Okay. I mean, once again, I'm just pointing stuff out. These are just the holes in the whole hell thing. Now, if y'all want to take away the God is love part and you say, hey, our God is torturous and judgmental, I'm like, cool. I see why you have a hell. But like, you can't have it, but in my book, you can't have it both ways. Like, you can't. The only reason we believe that is because people told us that. I promise you, if you were not raised believing that, if you was not raised believing that and someone came to you and told you that, for example, a lot of like native indigenous people, when Christianity first came, guarantee they struggle with that. Like, you know what I mean? It's great. Anyway, I don't want to get too deep religious after I've gotten very deep religious. Um, I just ask questions. You know what I mean? I just ask questions. I just ask questions. And here's the thing, too. To your point, stay on point. One of the issues I think is that the Bible has been translated, right? So where someone's like where it says God is a jealous God. Once again, that sounds very human. That sounds very human, right? If you think about it, that sounds like a change of translation. Because there's a lot of different words, if you think about it, that could probably fit there that don't mean the same thing. Why would God be jealous of what? Of who? You know what I mean? We just sat here and had a conversation earlier about like not caring about people's opinions, not letting what people say. Or, like, why would God be jealous? It's God. There's, you know what I mean? You're it. What can you possibly be jealous of? If you designed a system where like people could, you gave people free will and they could decide to obey or not obey, why would you be jealous if they didn't obey? You gave them the opportunity. Hey, you can either come with me or not. And then when people don't come with you, oh, Anyway, I feel like we're going down a rabbit hole. And I said I was only going to go like 3 hours. I actually feel like my voice is starting to go a little bit. So I'm gonna wrap on that note. I'm gonna wrap it up. Sorry if we got a little too deep religiously. It was just on my chest. I love y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in today. Both streams. Thank you so much for the support. The super chat squad came through very heavy. Y'all mean the world to me. Your support means the world to me. Thank you so much for being a part of this community. I would not be able to live the life I live, the lifestyle I have without y'all. And I really mean that. So thank y'all so much. Love each and every one of y'all. Prayers to everybody who's going through it. Enjoy your Christmas. I'll talk to y'all later.